Here we go. What is going on, everybody? Hello, and welcome to the stream. We are doing something very special today. We are joining both of our communities, the RogersBase YouTube community and the GamesCage Twitch community. You guys are a little unhinged already. I'm seeing in the chat. You guys are a little unhinged. Crazy. But we are doing something very, very special today. We are live on both, talking about our experience at the Nintendo Switch 2 experiences. You got to go to the one in LA.
Yep.
That was, you went Friday, right?
I went Friday.
And then I went Sunday.
Yep.
And then obviously I was there in New York the previous week doing a full media preview. That video is already up on the channel, so you guys can check that out a little bit later. People are calling us two old unks. I'm the only one that's over 30.
Yeah,
you're not 30 yet. You're about to turn 30.
I'm
you're
turning
close.
29.
You're about to turn 30. I was like, you're close. You're close to death.
Close. You're closer. You're damn.
But hello, everybody. Welcome. I see some people saying One Piece and Dragon Ball fans combined. How was Mario Odyssey 2? It's not happening.
Monado Boy, can you do me a favor and change the title?
Yes.
I think you have the power.
That's weird that he can't change the title, or you can't change the title on like your Twitch version, but either way. So the plan today is to basically do like a giant live AMA regarding the Switch 2. I figured like we could basically start by talking about all the things that we played.
Yep.
Our favorite games, our impressions of stuff, price talk. I know is going to be a big thing that I know people want to hear us talk about.
We got to talk about it.
Got to talk about the prices. And then I feel like we're going to sort of like leave it up to everybody else. I think like when people want to come through, if you want to super chat or like whatever, send sub messages, whatever. We have both of our chats open.
Right.
So things are flying. Welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know if I could set... I think there might be a way. Okay, you can see it on there. Good.
Prodigy, thank you for the
Good. Because I was gonna say, I don't know if you could see them through my
Yeah,
media
I'll see
thing.
them through there.
Cool.
Just set it to like crossover episode with
That's
RogersBase.
right. That's exactly what today
Switch
is.
2.
Today's a crossover episode, and also this week is incredibly jam-packed. I think for both of us because you're flying back tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow I'm streaming Xenoblade Chronicles X's epilogue.
Hell yeah.
Then I got the Girls Frontline sponsorship stream on Wednesday. What are you doing on Wednesday?
Bro? What am I doing on Wednesday?
Yeah, don't you have like a stream on Wednesday?
Do I have a stream on Wednesday?
I think you got to stream. Well, you stream every day. Don't you have a plan for Wednesday? Are you doing like a Sonic thing or something?
Wait, no, do I?
What did you just tell me right before we went live? We're doing like ranking games or something?
We're going to rank stuff.
Not today. We're not ranking stuff.
No, I'll just rank stuff. I'm going to do an aura farming bracket soon.
Aura farming bracket. So like Jinwoo and Zoro and all that
Who is the biggest aura farmer in media?
You have fun with that. I'm staying far away.
Come on, you got
I don't want to have anything to do with that. No aura farming bracket for me. And then, Thursday is going to be the Mario Kart Direct, so we'll both be live.
Of course.
Thursday morning, bright and early. You know what? This is maybe a good place to start. Let's do like 5 predictions for what we think we're going to see in this Mario Kart Direct. Okay. 5 predictions. Go ahead. We're going to alternate.
Okay.
So you go 1, I'll go 1.
I'm going to start prediction. Chat, we're getting right into this.
Let's get right into this.
It's not the usual intro. We're just yapping. We're here.
Oh, we're yapping. No, we're going. Look, you're on RogersBase today, so we're doing things how I do it. You're in my house. We're doing things how we're doing it.
You know, I love that. So, the first big thing is I think the open world. I think they're gonna show something big we don't know about yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Like whether it's like dialogue or like big events that happen midway through it.
Yeah.
Or challenges. I think that's something they like overtly hid from like the direct.
Was all the open world stuff.
Yeah, because like people at the event or at CS or whatever like found there's like there's P blocks, the blue P blocks of Mario. There's the
warp pipes. There's like the little warp pipes that apparently take you to other parts of the world.
Someone apparently like found a UFO in some.
That is cool too.
Yeah.
Like wondering if they're gonna do stuff with Tatanga from Mario.
That'd be fire.
It's like Mario 3D Land 2 or something. No, Mario 3. No. 6 golden coins is Tatanga, I believe.
Some 6 golden coins.
Either way, it's like that would be really cool considering we see all this stuff with Sarasa Land and Daisy.
Yeah.
It's like if they implemented him in some fashion into this, I'd be.
A Mario Kart dungeon would be fire.
I would love that.
Imagine you
found a dungeon you go through Daisy's castle and just like obliterate everything. That'd be sick. Yeah.
And you could like maybe you go in the castle, you throw some shells, break some walls, you go in it, you find like a costume or something.
I would like that. That. All right, so you're thinking open world.
Yeah, open world like content. Like a lot of content.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm going battle mode. I think that is like the one big thing that I know tons of people care about with battle mode. Yeah. I personally am a big fan of battle mode. I like Shine Sprite Chase a little bit more. Like I like all the Shine stuff because I'm a big Sunshine apologist.
Yeah, of course.
I love that game. But I feel like battle mode has a really cool opportunity to be something special this time around. Because I feel like they could almost go Fortnite with it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like legitimately it could be you all drive into one big open area.
That'd be sick.
And there's item boxes everywhere. And you're hopping into warp pipes on the other side of the world, shooting things up. And I think if you have like some massive 24-player battle mode with all these people going over like maybe a rally space as big as like maybe the tracks for like Knockout Tour, and they're all shooting at each other and hitting different items, and you got balloons.
I
could
would
be
love
really
that.
Yeah.
I would hella love that.
And I feel like battle mode is always a huge part of Mario Kart. It'd be shocking if they didn't do battle mode.
I think people discovered when they were like looking through the options, and then like there was like a little balloon. So I think people have spotted balloon, but like if they did it the way you're saying, where it's battle royale, where like the environment gets like smaller and smaller, you get your hands, that'd be fire.
I think it'd be super
I think that'd
sick.
be a super smart way to do it.
And like you said, like if it's making the environment smaller and smaller. So like I said, starting off with maybe like you could do anything with it. You have Lakitu with the angry storm clouds or whatever. They're bringing back all the weird Mario characters, right? You see like the Cataquacks and the Piantas and stuff. Oh, we got a super chat. This is from Clax saying this may seem odd, but how is the weight of the Switch 2? Obviously, it won't be too light, the Wii U gamepad, but I don't want it too heavy either. I'll tell you right now, it felt great to me. I literally didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about the weight whatsoever. It was completely fine.
It just felt like a bigger Switch with the same weight. That's how I felt.
The only thing I thought that I noticed like right away when I was holding it were the size of the buttons. Like those back two buttons.
Bigger.
But that's it. They're bigger. It just feels nicer.
Can I stand on it? Probably.
Well, I wouldn't stand on a Switch 2. I feel like that's. But you could. You could. A post of what? You stood on a Switch 1?
No.
I am an unk. I don't know what you're talking about. What is this?
There's like a viral tweet where it's like, where do you stand on the Pro Controller?
And they're literally standing on a Pro Controller?
And then all the coordinates are like, you're not supposed to stand on it. And that's...
What?
Because
why would you stand on one of your controllers?
See, guys, this
doesn't make any sense to me.
You're not supposed to. The article said, where do you stand on the Switch Pro Controller?
Okay, where do you stand on other things we're going to get in the Mario Kart Direct? How about that? How about let's just move. I'm like, I don't know what the heck this is. Where do you stand on the Pro Controller?
I can't believe this.
All right, bro. I've never. This is the Minecraft audience. This is the chicken jockey streamers.
Look at them, bro.
I don't know what the heck that is.
They see the vision.
It's wordplay. I know. I understand, but like, I asked if it was a pun, and he's like, no, it's not a pun thing.
It's not. Well, no.
So what? So they're literally just standing on a.
No. The original article says, where do you stand on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller?
Of course, yeah.
And so everybody was memeing Corey to be
standing
like,
on their controllers.
You're not supposed to stand on.
Bruh.
That's it.
That seems kind of goofy. All right, anyway.
It doesn't matter. So, okay, prediction 2. I think DLC plans.
Prediction from me. Prediction 2. Absolutely not.
I think so.
I think we're 50-50 split on this. Yeah. I think there is no chance actually that we get DLC. I think there might have been a chance that we were going to get DLC if this was a week ago and we didn't know the price of the game. Okay. And I think right now, with the way things are, with the misinformation out there about it being $90 and all this other stuff and all this bad press that they sort of have to go back on, I think there is no way, unless they say, by the way, all this DLC is going to be free, unless they flat out say we are doing a DLC roadmap and everything is free, I think there's no chance they bring it up here.
See, that's
zero chance.
That's I'm thinking, because like some of you are saying like $40 paid DLC, you're not charging. But that's my thing is, I don't think they're going to charge for DLC. I think they're going to say it's going to be Splatoon style. Well, they're not going to say Splatoon.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're not going to say Splatoon.
I think same way the Splatoon Directs tell you, like, hey, expect, X, Y, Z to be DLC, free DLC.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do that for Mario Kart. I don't think they're going to charge it right away this time around. I think it's going to be, because...
I think even even in the Mario Direct, if they say the words... paid DLC in the future. Literally just that.
People are going to riot. Yeah, of course.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. So I feel like if they do, it could be what you were saying.
Yeah.
It could be something to the equivalent of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's the new DLC that's coming up, and by the way, it's all free.
Yeah.
I would see that happening. But if there's even an inkling that they have to say, by the way, there's paid DLC in the future, not happening. Not happening at this event. Yeah.
I think they will. You know what? I think they will word it as year 1 DLC will be free.
I think that would maybe be.
I think that's
the only way that they could get around it is if they word it like that.
I think they will say like all content throughout 2025 for Mario Kart World will be free.
Or if they, what they could do is do something similar with like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where they say if we do a DLC roadmap, it's fully included for all expansion pass users. I could see that happening too.
And I think they'll do that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening too. Because they really do want to add that extra value to the expansion pass.
Yeah.
I think we're both kind of in the same mindset, and we'll get into this a little later when we talk about the GameCube stuff. I love NSO. I think like expansion pass now is like completely worth the value.
I agree.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because I think chat, I think with chat, like, I think everybody knows like when an NSO started, it was definitely like, it was cheap.
Yeah.
But I think people were more mad that Nintendo was charging for online because their online isn't great.
Sure.
Value-wise, I mean, now with GameCube,
dude,
you have
GameCube,
NES,
N64, Super Nintendo, Genesis, plus Game Boy Advance, plus the original Game Boy,
and with now their library, how big it is,
it's crazy. I mean, there's really so many games. Because I think of the libraries, maybe not necessarily the Game Pass. Game Pass is pretty good, right? Because it's like a lot of the new stuff. But I think with PSN, like you know how PSN you get your 3 free games a month or whatever. Yeah. Half the time, I do not care about what any of those games are.
I know. I hope that my biggest hope this gen is just that they make the online better.
Yeah.
I think like that's their biggest issue. If they can, which it seems like with Mario Kart being 24 players, that tells me they had to change their servers. To be able to do that, you know.
Maybe that's why they were testing with that NSO playtest thing or whatever. That could very well have been that.
Which people were telling me that NSO playtest thing, it's like 50+ people.
Online. So that makes maybe in my brain that is testing for 50-person Kirby Air Ride City Trial.
Yeah,
would be fire.
That'd be fire.
I would love that.
I feel like they're not going to charge more for NSO expansion pack because of GameCube next year. I don't think so.
I also see Rico Lee in the chat saying, I completely disagree with Roger because free DLC would be a great way to recover from the backlash. They then have something to prove for the game with people that it's actually worth $80. Yeah, I mean, again, if they word it like you said, if they say we have a DLC roadmap and it is free for all the people that buy within the first year, then that's good.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Well, that'd be cool. That would be cool. I'd be down with that. All right, third prediction, go.
Is it your turn?
Well, I just did. I said because I still think I'm still side they're not going to talk DLC.
Okay.
But okay, so third prediction, go.
I'll make a singular bold one for this.
Let's hear it.
I think they'll announce a guest Nintendo character.
Oh.
I think one of the last things they show will be like, I don't know if it's going to be Link
or Animal Crossing or something.
I think the smart thing you do Kirby. You get people excited for
Air Ride.
But
I almost wonder because of Air Ride if they wouldn't do Kirby to not, especially because they're both coming the same year.
Yeah.
I think if Air Ride was 2026, I could maybe see a situation where it's like, no. Yeah. You know, then they would add him, but I don't know. Air Ride being this year just seems strange. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. It's either or. Like I think with Kirby it'd be smart, but a lot of chat's saying Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon would be fire.
He deserves it the most. He had 2 tracks. And a car.
Captain Falcon actually, especially with Knockout Tour being so much like F-Zero Grand Prix and the F-Zero 99 game, like that would be really cool. I'd be fine with that. All right, so your prediction is a guest Nintendo character.
Yeah.
My prediction is I think we are going to see, much like how we've already seen the Sidestepper and the Dolphin, the Piranha Plant, all these other weird little Mario enemies, I think we are going to see at least one of the races that was introduced in Mario Odyssey as a racer. I'm saying like the little skeleton Tostina people, or like the seals because the whole thing with Odyssey, we've never seen them in anything.
See,
how the heck?
You're crazy.
I think you're crazier with Falcon.
No, bro, dude. They hate the Odyssey.
Why though? It doesn't make any sense,
bro. They put the talking flower in the Mario Party DLC before they put Cappy in anything.
Whoa, the talking flower is also in Mario Kart, I believe. Haven't we already seen it in Mario Kart? I think he was on one of the racetracks.
No.
I'm almost certain. So. Like from the actual Switch experience, I think there was one in one of the racetracks.
Oh,
that little talking flower. Am I wrong?
No.
Chat says no?
They're saying no.
Oh, okay.
I think you're thinking of Jamboree. In Jamboree, they showed that the flower is on like that asteroid coaster.
That's what I'm thinking of. It's the roller coaster thing in Jamboree.
But that's what I'm saying is like they put that flower in another game before they put Cappy in anything.
That's crazy though. I don't know.
That's what I think is like, they hate Odyssey. That's it. But it's like I don't know why they don't put any of them anywhere. That's I don't believe that because they hate them.
Man,
they put the Doki bird from 3D World.
Is he
the Conk bird is a playable character.
The Cataquack, right?
No,
the guy that goes.
No, not the Cataquack. The Conk bird from.
What the hell is the Conk bird? I'm gonna look
that little bird that like just smacks the ground with his beak. Conkdor. Look at Conkdor.
Conkdor is his name.
Conkdor. You'll know him. He is a
this guy.
Racer. Yes,
he's playable.
Yes, search it. Search Conkdor.
Wait.
Look this up.
This guy.
Yes.
I'm putting him on screen. This guy.
Look it up. Look Conkdor. Mario Kart World. He's in a cart. I played the demo. He was in a
Bro, if he's in there and the little skeleton Tostarino guys aren't in there, I'm gonna be so mad.
Look at that.
Bro, this is insane.
He's in a
Conkdor?
They put Conkdor in this game.
This is crazy. Conkdor? I can't get over this. All right.
Conkdor got in before Cappy, the Tostarino.
That's truly insane.
New Donker.
What a new. Okay, I'll tell you right now. This isn't a prediction. This is just something I don't want. Do not give me a new donker.
You know,
I don't want a normal person just like chilling in the car. New donker.
Ride the Mercedes.
Okay, if they did that, if they brought back the Mercedes thing from Mario Kart 8 and they put the new donker in there, I'm cool with that. I'd be fine with that. That's actually a good idea. I like that. Chad's laughing at that. That's good. That's good. I like that a lot. Okay. So I said I think there's going to be at least one Odyssey character we're going to see. Okay. You said you think we're going to see a guest character, and you think it's Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth prediction. Go.
Okay, Chad, how you doing, Commodore Blue? Yeah, we are. I told you to do the collabs.
We're doing it, of course.
They sub for it.
No way for a collabs. Well, it's working out great. I was going to do this anyway, so this works out good. My main thing was I just know we have so much to talk about with the Switch 2 event, and there's so many questions that people have, and there's so many like impressions about different games that I figured if we just sat and recorded a video, it's just easier to do it as a live stream, timestamp it, and like upload it later. Yeah. And if there's something in particular we want to put on there, we can put up there. Yeah.
Chad, you're saying single player mode, but see.
No. You can't. No. These are your predictions. Right, you don't take your chat's ideas. Sorry. All right, absolutely
hey, man,
not.
Sometimes they gotta.
Also, Clack said, I just want to remind Fidel that Cappy is a taunt in Smash Brothers.
Wow.
He is a taunt. That's. He said, all right.
Great for Cappy,
He's
bro.
also, I have Cappy over here right now.
They did a lot with Cappy.
Here we go. I got Cappy over here too.
You know what's crazy? Remember, reminder.
Yeah.
They made those little Sprixie princesses from 3D World playable in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
Oh, that game is trash though.
Before they put Cappy.
I've told you the story about how I played Mario Tennis Ultra Smash at the Nintendo booth.
No.
At E3. I've never told you the story. This is a fun story to tell then. This is a good time to tell the story.
Yeah.
So there was a notorious E3 I've talked about on multiple videos over the course of my YouTube channel, in which this big Nintendo year was Star Fox Zero.
Oh, is that year?
Metroid Tennis Ultra Smash. It was
this is the year with the
Amiibo Festival. Yes, the year with the Muppets. This was Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Metroid Federation Force Blast Ball.
Oh my god.
And Zelda Triforce Heroes. That was their big E3. And mind you, if back in the days of E3, you only got to go to one. You went to
never got to E3.
You never got to go to E3?
Never got to go to E3.
That sucks. Well, in the days of E3 when I used to went, because I'm super old.
Of course.
Back then, at E3, notoriously, the Nintendo booth was hard to get into.
Yeah.
It was always difficult to get in there. You had to book appointments well in advance. The lines were crazy. Not just in the public booth, but like the media booth.
Yeah.
So like media, IGN, Kotaku, whatever, they're scrambling to even get into the media appointments there, and they only have a designated amount of time to actually see the stuff that's there. This year, this E3 that I'm telling the story from, bro, that booth was empty. Really? Nobody was there at all. To the point where like Miyamoto, Reggie, everybody, they were just like wandering around the top with nothing to do. Kid and Krista, everybody. They were wandering with nothing to do. And at this E3, one of the other big things that happened, we can maybe look this up later. Yeah. There was an episode of Cake Boss being filmed.
Okay.
Where the Cake Boss people built like a Mario cake and then gave it to Reggie. And then Reggie and the other Nintendo staff were like serving it to the people in the media room. And the other thing about this is normally you'd have your appointment in the media hall for Nintendo, and you could only stay for like the hour, maybe hour and a half that you're scheduled to be in there, and then they basically kick you out. They don't kick you out, but they're like, all right, are you all done now? It's time to go. All right, let's move on. They weren't kicking anybody out here. So I was there with a couple of my friends, chilling in this media booth, playing Metroid Blast Ball, getting served cake by Reggie and the Nintendo employees. And Reggie standing next to me, like rubbing his belly, eating cake, and I'm sitting there playing back. It was crazy.
That's awful.
But how this all comes back to Ultra Smash. We're playing Blast Ball for like maybe 30 minutes at this point. There's nothing else to do on the show floor. And we walk over to the Wii U demo station, and they had Wii U demo stations for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. And we're up there, and I'm playing with one of my friends playing the game. Okay. And the Nintendo staff could clearly see that none of us were having a good time. They can clearly see we're all like, okay, this is fine. Because they're asking like, oh, what do you think of the game? And we're all like, it's all right, whatever, it's okay. And then Reggie walks over to us playing Mario Tennis, asks the same question as like, how are you guys feeling about the game so far? You enjoying yourself? And I was like, well, Blast Ball was fun. And he goes, just like this, and he goes, Blast Ball is fun. And then just walks off. So people internally knew Mario Tennis. That was not it. That game.
Blast Ball.
That's amazing. He's like, Mario Tennis. He was like, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash was not it, bro. That was not it at all.
W Reggie.
So, yeah, W Reggie, bro. But anyway, okay.
He was Aura Farmer.
You were talking about the fairies being in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Do you think maybe they're going to show up?
No, God, no.
Okay, so what's your fourth prediction?
I was just trying to make a point that they got in before Cappy got in.
They did.
Blastball
is fun. Also, yes, Tack, this is going up for on the regular channel. This isn't for members or anything. We're all vibing today, so you're all good.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Another prediction. What's a good one for the game? I think they'll show, and there's a hope. It's a prediction. I hope there's more items that they haven't revealed yet.
You mean that we didn't see at the event?
We didn't see.
I mean, we saw quite a few, though.
We saw quite a few, but there's nothing, like... Because, like, remember, with Mario Kart 7 and 8, they had the gimmick, which was, like, the 7 items or the 8 items.
Sure.
Obviously, like, now it's not a number, but I feel like they need an item that's, like, specific for the game.
Okay.
Because one of my issues is, like, so Kamek and the food, right?
Well, the food is for costumes, I believe, right?
But I'm like... What, and Kamek is to unlock characters.
Right.
But I'm like, so once you get everything, are those just two things that do nothing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like mid-race they do something. Maybe they have an effect mid-race once you've unlocked those characters. Or maybe there's something where there's like a bonus with the character that you've unlocked with a certain type of food.
Maybe, because I know what the food gives, they give you a boost. Yeah,
right.
Give you a boost, right? But it's like, I guess for me, it's like, I hope the Direct has a surprise where there's like, here's a few new items. Because the items they've shown, like, the only really new one, like as an actual attack item, is what, the ice flower?
No, I love the gold shell. The gold shell is great. So if you guys haven't seen the footage, I think by this point probably everybody has, but there was basically a gold shell that shoots out a line of coins.
Yes.
And then you basically dash in front of that line of coins, but the whole reason behind that and like the aiming for that is something else we'll talk about in the gameplay.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's going to go off into its own different tangent, but I feel like people are sleeping on that item specifically with a different mechanic that they just added to the game. So So you're saying new items then?
I think there's going to be new items they haven't shown yet. Okay. Like from the director, everything. I think there's something, another big item or two they haven't shown.
I think they show Rainbow Road. And here's why.
Ooh, I
think Rainbow Road is going to be basically a shortcut across the entire top of the map. So you know how in it was the Mario movie.
Yeah.
They get onto the Rainbow Road and it's like up in the sky and you're going all over the place and you're dropping to different locations. I'm almost thinking Rainbow Road is going to somewhat work like a fast travel.
That'd be sick.
To get across different parts of the you basically Bifrost your way up like Thor onto Rainbow Road in your cart. You from wherever you want to go and you drop to like wherever else you want to drop, which I think would be cool. And I do think they're not going to like reserve it for the game coming out. I think Rainbow Road is like something everybody expects.
I mean, it was the box.
Yeah, it's not like a secret. It's like saying Bowser's the last boss of a Mario game. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
And I hope I hope the Rainbow Road is crazy.
Yeah, I hope so
too. Chad's saying it too. Like I hope the Rainbow Road is good because the one in 8 is kind of like lackluster.
What is I don't even remember the one in 8.
Is
that the one with the circles?
It's a space station. It's a space station. It's
I don't like that one. That's the one where you have like the reverse pads on the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one.
It's not a real Rainbow.
No.
It's just the digital.
What's the one that's on the box art from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe where you've got like the gold rings?
That's the N64 one.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
That's the best one. I mean, that's like the Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
N64 version. Now that would actually be cool because I'm seeing some people in the chat bring this up. I've seen some people mentioning that with Rainbow Road, because you have seen a couple other older tracks sort of like redone and repurposed in new ways in like the rally courses, Rainbow Road could just be every Rainbow Road.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Which would be sick. That maybe the layer on top is just all Rainbow Road.
That'd be sick.
That would actually be phenomenal.
Road. Yeah. That'd be sick if they did something like the sky.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Well, where they're all connected, like they make a way to almost make it canon, where like all the Rainbow Roads are together with each other, and you're still. And I still think they could do something like a fast travel where you're dropping back and forth between stuff. But
that'd be sick. Yeah. We've seen the map icon for Rainbow Road.
It's so we know it's happening. We know it's. Also, I'm seeing question: are the new analog sticks? What's up, Josh? Are the new analog sticks less stiff than the OG ones?
Like these are the sticks.
Like the analog sticks. I mean, they feel nice.
Bigger.
Yeah,
they're bigger. When I felt them, like, because in handheld mode the sticks are small.
Yeah,
they're definitely small. Yeah, but they're noticeably bigger this time around.
It's just everything. I think in general with the controller, whether it's the Pro controller, whether it's maybe less with the Pro controller than with the Joy-Cons. Yeah, but I think in general everything controller wise feels good. Like it feels like an improvement over the original Switch. I think it feels more comfortable. The little middle buttons in between on the Joy-Cons are great.
Yep.
So yeah, I would definitely say they do feel better.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we got Rainbow Road. What's your 5th prediction for what do you think we're gonna see in this Mario Kart thing? Last prediction.
Right,
anything crazy? You can go off with whatever you're thinking of.
Crazy prediction.
Yeah, but somewhat realistic.
Okay. Okay. This is my crazy one that could be somewhat realistic.
Let's hear it.
I think, and this is something I want. No, Joe, we've already said DLC. Yeah. I think there will be the flip side to the map. I think
like a Link to the Past type thing.
I think that could be crazy.
Whoa!
If it's like there's another side to the
like you hop in a warp pipe and then there's a whole second.
And it's like
that would be
is like all that. Maybe that's how mirror mode is. Maybe it's like a reverse.
Oh my
mode
god,
instead.
that'd be so good.
Yeah.
I like that
crazy.
actually.
Yeah.
Like a mirror mode flip. That's actually a really, really good idea.
Yeah. Or just like it's a version of the world that's just like way more dangerous.
Or that could be the DLC.
That would be
awesome. That could be their roadmap.
Yeah.
Because the other thing with DLC with this, obviously this is going to be the Mario Kart game we're playing throughout the lifespan of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
That could be a way to build upon the open world without messing with anything that's already on the map.
Yeah.
And so if you're somebody who doesn't want the DLC or isn't going to get it, you won't be affected by it. Maybe there is like a warp pipe that takes you to the other side.
Be sick.
That's actually a really good idea. There's a second map.
Second map or like just something crazy with the like Chad say like Breath of the Wild. Could you imagine like
an underground?
Not just even an underground. Like imagine like a Blood Moon type event for
that would be cool.
Kart, where like something happens.
That goes into my 5th prediction.
Okay.
I think there's bosses.
I think there's
gonna be like bosses in the game, and I think it's gonna be tied to single player because I think single player is gonna be some type of adventure mode.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I really feel like they're gonna go full Diddy Kong racing with this, where you're gonna have like cups, bosses at the ending. Maybe you unlock that boss as a character, because then that way they could like dive into some of the other weirder characters that we haven't already seen. Really flesh out the roster with like some big name Mario characters. Maybe that's how you get EGAD. Maybe there's like an EGAD fight with all these ghosts and stuff flying over the place.
I would love.
Or they bring back Rob or whatever. I got Rob chilling over here. He's been waiting to get back into Mario Kart. He said, "What the heck?"
Like Crash Team Racing. Dude, imagine like Fury Bowser.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Boss. That'd be sick.
You have that. We're like, and we kind of already have a little bit of this. Obviously, he's not a boss, but like in the stage that I got to play. I don't know if you played this. Did you play the DK Space Station?
I did. No, I didn't.
Oh, that
I've
stinks.
seen the footage.
So that track I played at the media event back in New York a week and a half ago. That track is awesome because the whole last version of the track is basically you're on the old Donkey Kong girders that are acting like this walkway into the space station.
Yeah.
And the final lap, you're on a straightaway, and Donkey Kong, this giant robot Donkey Kong, is tossing the barrels, and you're dodging your way through it and jumping off the walls and zooming. So I think something along those lines, like a Fury Bowser, I think would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I would love that, dude.
I think the other thing is we kind of know about everything that's in the game already in terms of like looking at the map.
Yeah.
In terms of what are on the other cups, because they just straight up showed that when we were there.
Yeah.
So I don't think, because I see some people saying retro, like I see some people bringing up the idea of like retro tracks.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
They have them.
I don't think it's going to be like an extra thing. I think we already have them.
Yeah.
We already got the retro tracks with like there's the Donkey Kong one, there's the Toad Factory they showed. Ice Cream Summit, I believe, from that Mario Kart 8's DLC?
Yeah.
So like they've shown some of those already. So I think we're gonna get more of that. Yeah.
I'm just excited because I think also you driving a pipe and become 8-bit. That'd be cool.
That would be super cool. I would love that.
Well, because one of my favorite costumes from the mobile game Mario Kart Tour was they did Sprite Mario and Sprite DK.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was.
I don't think we're ever getting those though, unfortunately. As much as I want to get like, because we do have other cool costumes that we're taking from Tour costumes. Mariachi, Waluigi, or whatever's in there. But I don't know. Something's telling me like the weird, cool pixel ones, like the characters. Maybe it's just like me setting my expectations. Yeah. But I really feel like the characters that I want, which are like the 8-bit DK Jr., the 8-bit Mario, like the Animal Crossing characters, the Legend of Zelda characters, all the ones that were in 8 Deluxe, I don't think they're coming back.
Man,
I don't.
I hope so.
I know. I hope so too. I want to be on your side. I want to be optimistic.
Where's Diddy, bro?
Where is Diddy? Free Diddy. Man.
I think they killed him.
You think they killed Diddy Kong?
I think because of everything going on.
No way.
Diddy is.
No way. I think Diddy is actually in DK Bonanza.
I think
he's like in it in the game because we already see Cranky Kong. Yeah. He's straight up in the and he looks like Cranky Kong. Yeah, don't show Diddy Kong in the party. I don't think so. But I think Diddy, Funky, all the rest of them. I think they'll be there. And in fact, if you're talking about DLC. you were talking about the potential of like DLC. I think there's ample opportunity for them to say the first DLC added part of the map is like a Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yep.
Like Ingot Isle gets added to the map basically. And they turn like a DK Bonanza stage there and then maybe add some of the Donkey Kong characters. And then that would be a great way to do free DLC.
Yeah.
Because then you could be like, oh, we're advertising this other game of ours.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, asking for money. It's like, it's basically acting as free advertisement for the other game. Yeah.
They got it, bro.
I like that. I like that.
You know? So we are not freeing him.
No. Why? I like Diddy Kong, man. Diddy Kong did nothing wrong. Diddy Kong did absolutely nothing wrong. Just because of Diddy having his Diddy parties or whatever, doesn't matter. That should not affect Diddy Kong. Just change his name then.
Dizzy Kong chose.
Dizzy Kong? That seems almost worse. Dizzy Kong? Dizzy Kong sounds like what happens at Diddy Kong at a Diddy party.
Okay.
Is Dizzy Kong. No, I'm saying. That's like, I don't want Dizzy Kong, man.
Drizzy Kong.
Drizzy. That's worse too, bro. Drizzy Kong. That's not good.
Kong,
not Drizzy Kong. Absolutely not. No. Hard no. Absolutely not. No way. Drippy Kong would be cool. I'd like Drippy Kong.
Drippy Kong.
That'd be cool. If he was like covered in like jewelry and stuff, would be sick.
I feel like that'd almost be worse.
Yeah. Be worse.
It'd be worse. Because imagine you're seeing Diddy again. He's dripped out. He's like, I'm having a party, man.
Let's just bring back Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong's fire. We love Diddy Kong. We respect Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong's fire. Diddy Kong did nothing wrong. But I think Diddy Kong is totally okay.
With Mario Kart, I will say I think people are underestimating like the tech, because people pointed this out. And I didn't realize when I was playing, there is the jump button, the traditional jump button. You can hold it.
Yes, you straightaway drift.
Right.
Yes.
And so you can hold it to jump up whenever. And that's how you jump to the wall. You jump on other players to get a bounce. Did you figure that out?
No, so when I was there the second day, thank you, by the way, to Mira B, who just donated, said, Roger, been here since the Dressrosa introduction Zo days of the One Piece manga, giving you flowers for building the best Nintendo community. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Nakama. Thank you very much. You know Nakama.
I do Nakama.
Nakama. Anyway, what were we talking about? I lost my train of thought.
We were saying
straightaways, the text. Okay, so basically one thing that I found out at the New York event was with the different maps and the rallies and everything, that if you hold down, because there were a lot of people complaining about the straightaways, how a lot of these maps have like straightaway things. And they said that's done on purpose, because if you hold down the button, you basically get drift, like the same kind of power up that you get with the drift off of your straightaway. So basically the character, just like you're talking about where you can hold and jump, if you, I think it's ZL, if you hold down ZL, the character crouches in their car, and you can see the trail of sparks off the back, and it goes the same as a normal drift where it's like orange and blue, and it builds up speed, so like you could do straightaway boosts without drifting. That's a whole new mechanic I've seen like nobody talking about.
Yeah, they did not.
Yeah, so it's, and I'm sure they'll talk about it during the direct, but it's literally, it's like your character crouches, and then you see the little sparks in the back like you would if you were R1 drifting, but it's just on a straightaway. And then, and then the character sits down, and you can jump. You can go into grinds. You can go into like hopping onto other characters. You could go into like, or if you're, like I said, if you're on a straightaway, it's your way to basically get that additional zoom as you're going straight ahead. Yeah.
That's actually
because I don't think the jump thing. Maybe the jump thing is tied to that, but if I'm remembering correctly,
because I've seen people just jump onto other people.
That might be the same button. Yeah. Was it L1 or L2?
I didn't know. I didn't do it. I just saw it happen.
Okay, because basically there's like with the drifting, you've still got the R for the drift, but L is essentially now like you're crouching.
Fire. That's gonna be huge.
And not a lot of people have talked about it. I've seen so many people being like, "Oh, some of these maps are boring with just the straightaways," but there's a reason for that with this like crouching drift.
Okay.
I think we might have footage of that too. Yeah. Also, hi Kaylee. I'm saying I'm new. Can you say hi? We're both saying hi to you, Kaylee. Welcome. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's crazy, because I even saw today like there's footage on the ice cream track where like someone just. You know, like you would jump off the cliff, but they jumped off to do a turn on the side of the map and then jump back up. So that thing is going to be crazy.
I really do feel like, and even all the Nintendo employees that were at the event were saying the same thing.
Yeah.
They were saying that there was a lot of tech to this game that people just like
that's what I'm thinking.
Aren't really seeing. Also, I think the other thing is too, maybe we'll see this during the Direct.
Yeah.
One big complaint I saw from people too is like, oh, we're not getting a real good feel of the game.
Yeah.
Because everything was 100cc with auto assist on.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think maybe during this they'll show like 200cc.
Do you think
like they'll show something like crazy
I think so too.
where the gloves are off.
Yeah.
You've got like all these crazy
200
items.
cc on this game.
Especially in this game.
Yeah.
You got this big open world, you get 200cc, you're zooming around the map.
Yep.
Like imagine if there's some type of mode where you can set the rallies with your friends, just like the knockout tour. But instead, if like you want to just skip an entire course, if you know the way around it, you could like set the rally to have like one course over here, one course here, and then the second course here, and then just zoom from in front of the second course of the fourth course.
Do you know what's going on? So, because you can turn off the intermission courses, from what I understand.
Where you're driving to the next course. I believe you can.
But so, does the track then turn to a normal 3-round track, or are they all
from how I'm understanding it?
Yeah.
It seems like they are part of the track.
Okay.
So like if you're doing a rally, for example, and you're following the the tracks that are branching out to all the different places. Basically, like the first lap of whatever your rally is essentially like getting to the next.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever the next thing.
Because that was my confusion. Because like some of the maps felt like the maps were short. Right. Like it felt like the race was getting to it.
Yeah.
And then it was like 1 or 2 laps max.
I mean that's like the DK one. The DK one I was just talking about. It's like
it is a straight
I believe it's 6 laps or something.
Yeah.
It's something crazy. Like the DK one is like 6 laps.
Yeah.
But the first 3 laps are like getting to the space station.
Yeah.
And then the actual space station is like those last 3 where you're going up the little girders and things and driving all over the place. Beer B's also saying, with Sakurai working on Kirby Air Riders, do you guys think we're going to get a new Smash within the next few years or Switch 2 update to Ultimate? Sorry if it's a little off topic. That's okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
What are you thinking?
With Smash, I think the fact that Kirby's coming out this year probably means that I think he's been working on both, but I think like he wanted to do Kirby for a while first.
I agree.
I think he's like, all right, I will do the revamp remake Smash for this, but let me do something first.
Yeah.
You know, and I think
give me my one before I make yours.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And that's why I was happy when I saw Air Riders was this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, okay, like this isn't gonna be this gen. Like we're gonna spend another 2-3 years waiting for Kirby. It's like it's this year. He's probably got pre-production and stuff working for Ultimate.
Yep.
The Air Riders is probably mainly done.
I'd imagine at this point. I mean, the only thing is, Air Ride, we will both say, was not at the Switch 2 experience, not at the media one, not at the fan experience, wasn't playable at all.
Yeah.
And what we've seen of Air Riders is literally just CG.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally all we've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure necessarily like what to like when I'm expecting to see that game. Maybe like a summer direct or something after launch.
I'd assume like. Yeah, because the fact they didn't show gameplay, I assume it's a December game. How like
I think so
Smash
too. I think
Ultimate
it's like a
December.
big late holiday.
Because think about it, he did the same thing. Smash Ultimate announced in March.
Yeah, came out in December.
So I think Kirby's gonna probably be the same thing.
That seems like the right timeline for that too.
Yeah.
Because I think this holiday is weird, which I guess we're gonna get into with Switch 2 stuff too. But it's like Metroid and Pokemon are both this year.
Yeah.
And while they're both on Switch 1. The way we're going to play them is on Switch 2.
Yeah.
You've got like the Switch 2 edition of Legends, which also wasn't present there. But the Switch 2 version of Metroid, which we'll talk about, is like 10 out of 10 amazing. Just from the little bit that was there with the mouse controls and with the... I mean, it's so good.
Sonic won't play it on Switch 2. He's broke.
Oh, I thought you meant the new Sonic Racing
this
game.
guy, Sonic.
Okay.
So
he's broke. Yeah, exactly. It's fine. No.
No.
But I thought you meant the Sonic Racing game.
No.
I think like, I'm not playing the Sonic Racing game. Sonic's broke.
Whoa, no. Sonic is great.
That's going to be on Switch 2
That's gonna be on
as well,
Switch,
too.
absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
all right.
Hell yeah.
So with, all right, we talked about some of the Mario Kart stuff. Anything else regarding Mario Kart before we move into other stuff? Like just general overall impressions. I did my preview video, so did you. So I feel like people know
I'm
our
really
overall
excited.
thoughts.
Like it's funny. I caused this stir on Twitter, not like my fault. I posted like a full race.
Yeah.
And it caused like a psycho amount of core tweets. People be like, "Oh, it's just straight roads. Like I don't like. I'm worried about the track." But I'm telling you, I was telling people, it's like when you play it, you don't like notice that. Like you're just having fun.
Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe it's not as fun to watch.
I agree.
But when you're playing it, it doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, because
you're the big open world. There's stuff going on.
You're still dodging items. You're focused, and like I think just playing it, and I think the open world stuff they really have said nothing about. We've seen a bit of it, but I think there's gonna be a lot more to it than like that we don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's gonna be the big. And Twitter's just being Twitter with that. But I think I think it's gonna be insane. I think. Yes, 80 is a lot, but I do think the game is gonna be worth it. Like I think that's the big thing.
I think that's where I am now.
Yeah.
After playing it more at the Switch event that was in LA, like I said in my preview video for New York that I didn't necessarily think it was worth the $80 price tag when like Metroid and Donkey Kong are $70. and seemed like fully robust, like really amazing experiences. And Mario Kart was just Mario Kart. Like it was fun, and there's cool modes, and Knockout Tour is great. But it was like, it's Mario Kart.
Yep.
And I know since then, Doug Bowser made that statement where he said that, like, look, we're analyzing the price of each game individually, and like we're going based on replay value as well. Obviously, you buy Mario Kart once, and then you're going to be playing Mario Kart for like hundreds of hours. They know that already. You're not going to be buying other games. Whereas like Donkey Kong or Metroid, those are more single player tailored experiences. You play once, maybe you replay them, but like naturally they'd be a little bit cheaper. So I get that, but I feel like based off of the more that I played of Mario Kart at the Switch event yesterday, the LA one, and the thing with the straightaways and the extra drifting and the extra text, and knowing they're going to announce a bunch more stuff during the Mario Kart Direct, I believe by the end of that Direct, I'll feel like this is warranted. I believe it. I still think 80's too high. I still feel like maybe they could have kept it at like $69.99. It seems right.
I think
that feels like right. Like I feel like $59.99 for the baseline games, and then $69 for like the premium ones would have made sense.
I think
but
where
again, it's Mario Kart, so
I think where like the argument happens, because Mario Kart is the first game to be like $80.
Right.
You know, we've already seen $70 starting to like it is the standard.
Yeah.
You know, and so seeing like Nintendo take the first step to an $80 game. Is, you know, the big one that's difficult to account. Artsy Omni.
Hey, Artsy Omni's in. Yo, we got a lot of these. Wait a minute. Artsy Omni came through saying with how Mario Kart 8 performed, I think Nintendo is probably making it into their Fortnite live service kind of scope with high upfront cost. That goes along with my battle mode thing that I was talking about. Omni, I don't know if you saw what we were talking about earlier. I mentioned that I feel like the battle mode that's going to get revealed, which I definitely think will be there. Yeah. For sure. No doubt about it. I think the battle mode that gets revealed in the Mario Kart Direct is going to literally be like Fortnite. Yeah. Where you've got this big map. You maybe start with like 5 courses worth of space, and then over the course of the battle mode, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and you knock out other people. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. Also, we got another donation. This one comes from Chaos Kid, who said, hear me out. With all these characters, they can maybe do a double dash mode. Also, great meeting you last week in New York, Big Dog. Hey, thank you very much, Chaos Kid. He was at my meetup.
I know. He's
really cool. And then, he's an oomph.
He's an oomph.
What's an oomph?
He's a homie.
What's an oomph mean, though?
It's like oomphy. It's like you're...
What's an oomphy?
I can't. Chad, how do you explain it? It's like you've never heard that.
Adam says this is insane. Oh, brother. What's an oomphy?
You don't know what an oomphy is?
Oh, one of my followers. Oh, oomphy.
It's like an oomphy.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's like your oomph.
One of my followers. One of my friends. I see. Okay, cool.
You play Genshin. Your game has
also,
oomphy.
He's oomphies?
Yeah.
They're not oomphies in Genshin.
No. What's that?
Paimon?
No, what's the one with the red costume? The little one.
What?
She delivers mail and stuff.
Oh, Klee.
Yeah,
I hate Klee.
She started Oomphy.
That doesn't matter. Get Klee out of here. Okay, she started Oomphy?
Never mind.
Get Klee out of here. Thank you, by the way, Game Prodigy, for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Nakama. Appreciate that. I also didn't know it was an acronym, though.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, okay, Mario Kart. Other thing I want to mention with Mario Kart real quick. I feel like we've both talked about it. Yeah. But I cannot stress enough how good Knockout Tour is.
Oh, Knockout
Tour is amazing. Like, if you like F-Zero 99 Grand Prix, where you're going in between and getting knocked out every single time, and you got like those menus in the middle, imagine that with no menus. Like, that's kind of what this is like. Yeah. Also, what is that image?
No, it was a. I think they banned
it was just a bot.
It.
I was like, what is
that? Your chat has a prodigy. Our chat has my chat has a prodigy.
We have multiple prodigies. The chat just got cleared on Twitch. See, this is wild, dude. I love this. You're getting chat resets, multi-stream chats. This is awesome. I love this. Drop the subs. Drop them. Welcome.
If you get 5, you get 2 hugs.
There you go. That's right. We get
double hug.
You guys get hugs. Exactly.
What do you give them?
Nakamas, of course. I give them Nakamas. Absolutely. And we have the Discord server. It's not open for everybody. Too many freaks. Too many freaks out there. I can't have a public Discord. I like having a members-only Discord. People could join. You a member once, you join the Discord server, and then afterwards. I know. I don't want that. I like your community on Twitter. On Discord, things are a little rowdy. I never hop in your Discord. You're never even on the Discord. This is behind the scenes. I'll tell you a little bit of a secret about Fidel. This is behind the scenes. Whenever you're doing those group streams, you do them as separate Discord calls. They're not in your Discord.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah, they know that. But they know because you don't want to do it in your actual Discord server because you get people hopping in.
No, they
being a little wild.
They cannot hop in.
That's not what you were telling me at dinner yesterday, but it is what it is. All right, anyway, let's continue. So, Knockout Tour, again, your impressions.
Knockout Tour is peak. I think Knockout Tour is the content. Yeah. Like, that's going to be, like, for creators or people streamers. Like, I think that's even how they're going to handle, like a lot of... That's how people are going to play online, I think.
I agree
completely. I feel like that's going to be the best way to play, like, ranked online and everything.
I hope Knockout Tour is also, like, a ranked thing.
Yeah.
I hope there is something where like there is sort of like the same way with F-Zero, right?
Yeah.
Where you have like certain ranks and then at a certain point you get different rewards.
Yes.
You can maybe unlock like different skins for your car or something,
Yes.
gold skins for your characters.
Yep.
Something like that. That basically says like I'm good at this game. I've played a lot of this game. Could be kind of neat.
So story. Thank you, my goats.
Yeah. Also,
yes.
I see Alex in the chat saying maybe now Fidel's gonna show up to Japan time.
Oh, is there
Maybe.
last time?
I think you were there last time. I think the whole thing with Japan time is that you stream on Mondays.
I do.
But the thing is, we should either make it a little earlier because I also agree I would like to do it earlier.
Dude, when you
in the
guys
day.
did it at 3:30,
Dude, that's great.
Direct, I was like, this
I
is
feel like
amazing.
that is
I
the
love
best
it.
time. If you did like an afternoon on Monday Japan time and then we do like post shows, would be the way to go.
Go.
That would
Mr.
be
Roger,
awesome.
can you tell Fidel to feed the mods? No.
Feed the mods. He doesn't even like you guys.
Yep,
That's
yep.
what he was telling me at
Listen,
dinner
chat.
yesterday. He
10
doesn't like
times
them.
I'll
Now
buy
I like
Roger
my
dinner.
mods. Look at this. We got Game Prodigy. I love this. We got Das Poof. We got Clax. My mods are great. Yeah.
Psychos.
Your mods are
I need to
little
help
freaks.
them. Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Omni said it would be miserable if there isn't some type of skill-based matchmaking. I completely agree.
I think so. I think they'll do something like
They
this.
have to do something
Even
like
it,
that.
they kind of did it in 8. It was just not like because it was the point system.
Yeah, but they could get rid of the point system.
I would
think, at
rather
this
like
point.
actual like A,
Yes.
B, C. You know,
super gold
Super
or whatever,
Mario, yeah,
triple
yeah.
S. Yeah,
I
something
agree.
cool.
Has
I
something
agree.
like that. But yeah, Knockout Tour is like it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's like
it's so good.
It's a perfect amount of like stressful.
Yes.
You know, fun.
Yep.
It's so good. Like I can doing that with communities.
Oh my gosh.
Is gonna be the best.
Especially because there's so many different options. Like the thing, I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but they like demoed it for us at the event. Is you basically have the big map, and when everyone is still joining the room, you click the cup that you want.
Oh yeah.
And then during each of these cups, you can basically say, this is the course we're going to go under.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there's going to be a way where you can manipulate it if you got a private lobby.
Yeah.
To be like, I want to go from this side of the map all the way to the other side of the map and just like make it in a weird zigzag.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to focus on just the ones from the other cups. And maybe there are going to be some like weird connectors with straightaways or something, but I think it could still be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yeah.
How would you describe the Grand Prix?
We didn't really play Grand Prix. We played like, so basically the
They
first
give you a
room.
section of it.
Yeah, the first room you walked in, both at the media event and the fan event, and you can tell me if this is different for you, but I don't think it was because I went to the fan event on Sunday, is the first room you walk into, there were basically handheld mode Mario Kart Worlds and docked mode Mario Kart Worlds.
Yeah.
And then you would play one match with your friend that was paired up with you during it, where you would do a docked mode one. You just choose your character, and then I think it was like random what it was. Because like, what was the one that you got on docked mode?
Undocked?
On docked mode, not
I
undocked.
got Grand Prix. I did the I did multiplayer, right?
No, that's the second one. Well, you did multiplayer, but I'm saying what was the map that you got? Because like my map when I was there, I believe was the Donkey Kong spaceship.
I didn't get the Donkey Kong
And then the
spaceship.
second map that I got in LA was the Rosalina Observatory.
I did the I got the what's it called? The Peach one, the old movie one.
Oh, I never even played that one.
Yeah.
See, so
It
okay,
went from
so
the
it was
road-
giving us like random
Yeah, it was
maps
doing
then
random, yeah.
for versus battles. Okay. Yeah.
I did like.
Oh,
the
is that map
outskirts.
fun?
It is fun.
It seems like
The
it would be
old movie
amazing.
one, it's
Yeah.
very good. I love that.
What's the theming then? So it's like Peach's Castle, but it's done with old film reels?
No,
or?
I think it's meant to be the ghost house where like because they showed Boo primarily in it where it's like it's like an old film and you see like Peach like with the shock face in it. It's fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
super
I have not seen that. Cinema mode.
Where's my
That'd be
Switch
cool.
to pre-order? Listen, Oblivion.
It's gonna happen at some
Gonna
point.
happen
You're
at
gonna
some
get
point.
one.
You know, you'll
Switch
get
to
it.
pre-orders, I'm sure are gonna happen sooner rather than later, no doubt.
I think 2
Also,
weeks.
I saw somebody else saying cinema mode thing, talking about that film reel thing.
Yeah.
But we've already seen in the first reveal for World that thing where when you're on the track, you could like take photos with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun if there
Oh,
is
I
like a
can't wait.
machinima type mode where you can
That'd
make
be
little
sick.
videos and
That'd
things
be
with your
awesome. I
buddies.
would love that.
Do little skits in the open world and drop onto
Oh,
people.
man.
That would actually be cool.
The fact that
yeah.
you can do the open world with 24 people is crazy.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be amazing.
And again, that's like good for sub nights or member nights or something. You get everybody in a big crazy call.
Imagine
Everyone's
hide and
playing.
seek, right?
Oh, hide and seek would be super fun.
Yep.
Find like a different course.
Yep.
But then you know damn well people are gonna cheat.
I know.
People are gonna drive to the because I don't
They're
think there's
gonna
gonna
be
be an
cheating.
actual hide and seek mode.
I
But
know.
people are gonna like hide and then drive around the rest of the map and.
They just
Tag would be fun, actually.
Tag would be
Tag
fun.
would be super
Yeah.
fun if that was like some type of battle mode equivalent thing. There probably is going to be another type of new battle mode.
I
thing.
think so. I think
like
that
I think
and
what's
new
the
tier.
name of the Shine police one?
Oh, Shine Thief.
Shine Thief. They're probably
Yeah,
going to bring
yeah.
back.
Oh, that'd be
I
awesome.
think they'll probably bring back the balloon mode.
Yeah, balloon battle.
Right. Or maybe it'd be interesting too if like the balloons when you drop down, maybe you drop from Rainbow Road for the battle mode
That'd be
onto
sick.
like a part of the map, and then your balloons get knocked
That'd be
out. And
sick.
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more battle mode stuff. I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, says Henry Bits, but there's a theory that where Mario Kart World has a bunch of continents with 8 cups each. Do you think this is going to happen? P.S. Rhythm Heaven sweep. Well, first off, I don't think we're going to get anything Rhythm Heaven in Mario Kart at all. No. I am happy we're getting a new Rhythm Heaven, though. That was announced during the Direct, the Switch 1 Direct. Yeah, I mean, a bunch of continents, I don't think that's going to happen. Multiple continents with 8 cups each. I think what you said, the flip side of the map, mirror mode, seems right.
Would be fire.
I'm not expecting flip side of the map completely new courses, though, unless it's DLC.
How was HDR compared to OLED? I thought it was great.
I thought it was beautiful.
As someone who, like, loves the OLED screen.
Yeah.
I was shocked how good it looked, like regular with HDR.
Even with the lighting in particular, I feel like I forgot what the course was, but there's like the Donkey Kong ruin thing where you're in the sky and there was like the warp block, and you could see the sun sort of like shining in.
Hell yeah.
That was really, really nice.
Can I just say I love both y'all's energy, seeing me excited, automatically raising my hype.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Moss. Thank you.
You got the hype men in the room.
Also, this is a good question. Do you guys think Mii's are going to come back from Mario Kart World? No.
No, you don't think so?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the Mii's were there because of the Mii's from Wii U.
Yeah.
And then being transferred over to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm sure there's gonna be still a way to do the Mii's, but no, I don't think we're gonna get them. How cool would it be if there was a destructible terrain with shortcuts that lead to the next map or secret areas on the map? I mean, that would be great. Something destructible terrain would also be really fun, like moving outside, like to the stuff with Donkey Kong. Right, because Donkey Kong's whole game is about like, destroying the environment.
Yeah, that'd be
so
awesome.
if there was like a Donkey Kong part of the map, that'd be kind of neat. Yeah.
And let me tell you why I don't want Mii's. All right, let me tell you I don't. Chad, you know.
Oh, you don't want me? I'm just saying I like the Mii's. I just don't think they're gonna be there. You don't
Chad,
like Mii's.
You don't. No, I love Mii's. I don't want them in Mario Kart.
Why?
Because Chad knows they're gonna do the thing where all the costumes are gonna start going to the Mii's instead of the characters.
The amiibo costumes and everything.
This is the problem. Street Fighter has, and all these games with the main OC characters have.
God, the Street Fighter one is horrible. Though.
It's awful.
That actually makes me so sad. How they have like the Ninja Turtles and everything. It's like, come on, man, just make them characters.
I know.
You know what? Quick tangent.
Yep.
Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2
it's fire.
Is the best version of the game.
I couldn't believe it.
Best version of the game.
I was playing
by far.
Like, I play this thing almost every day.
It's so good.
It felt like the same.
It's like, well, the input lag is literally better on Switch 2 than it is on PS5. And they told me at the first event, at the media event, which I brought up in my preview video, the game is compatible with all of your Hori arcade sticks from Switch 1.
Oh, that's fire.
So if you have like one of those USB arcade sticks, you could actually use it on the Switch 2 game.
I hope there's cross progression. I hope they add that.
I don't think between the PS5 version, like where you don't have to play through the whole single player thing again.
Yeah, because I'm not doing
that. I'm not playing that.
But I want to like my because I have like all the Ace Attorney like.
Don't you think they'll just give it to? Because they said it's year 1 and year 2. I think it's all in the box.
No, because there was some stuff that you get like from the battle passes.
You
know, like for example, like you could get like when someone challenges you, you get different backgrounds and things.
Yeah.
And I paid for so many of them.
So
I mean, it's not a big deal.
I would assume, are those things timed?
Yeah.
So they are gone now. You can't buy them.
You can't get the
I would assume that if it was something that was timed, it's still going to be there. I think it'll actually be there.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Capcom.
But that game is seriously running so well on the Switch 2. And I actually genuinely thought it was fun doing the motion control. I saw the video that you and Otto did, and then I did that video with Philly, and we're just like shaking the thing like crazy and doing the drive-in packs.
I was thought it's like it'll be fun one time.
Yeah, right.
But it'll be a good one time.
That's what I mean. It'll be like a fun one time.
It'll be
you
great,
play it, you have a friend over, do a funny video,
a little bit, you know?
Get the Joy-Cons going like crazy. No,
not
and then the drive-in pack where you like twist the whole thing, and it's fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a fan of it.
You know, literally the only difference in Street Fighter is like some textures and the loading screen when you do the faces is 30. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the only difference.
Yeah, it's real nice though. Everything else, the game itself is like running beautifully. And it's getting amiibo, which is also really cool.
It's crazy.
See, that's my hope that they haven't shown. My hope is that the Nintendo amiibos somehow unlock like character costumes, kind of like remember with like Tekken Tag Tournament on Wii U, how they had like the Peach outfit, and the Star Fox outfit, and the Bayonetta outfit.
That'd be awesome.
Like do that, but do that with Street Fighter. So have like a Mario hat, a Mario nose, or whatever that you could put on your custom character. Then I would play through story mode again.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really like story mode the first time I played it. In fact, I kind of hated it.
Yeah, the story mode's.
I was not a fan.
It's not great.
But I think story mode, I would be willing to suffer through again if I could do it in like a Link outfit or something.
That'd be fire.
And then you get to watch all those weird weird cutscenes like in the Link outfit.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Sick, man.
That would be super cool. Yeah, and then again, the cool thing about Street Fighter is that you get all of the DLC.
Yep.
Year 1 and Year 2.
Yep.
All on
drops
disc.
same day.
Elena drops same day.
Yep.
But it's all included for the same price as the base version on PS5.
Crazy.
Which
Crazy.
is like, people
Good
are
for them.
complaining about the prices for Switch 2 stuff, and then meanwhile Capcom's like, bet, we're just going to give Switch 2
take
people the better version of the game, which is portable. It runs better,
Yep.
and it's portable, which is going to be crazy for something like EVO. Or
yeah.
like a DreamHack or something, where you could just go to these big fighting game tournaments, bring your Switch, and then play competitively off your handheld mode Switch.
Yep.
Is like
It's awesome.
wild. I love that.
man.
I think it's going to open the floodgates for once EVO
Yeah.
happens. I think you're going to see so many people at EVO this year
Love
bringing
that.
their Switch 2s, playing Street
Yep.
Fighter 6, entering with Street Fighter 6. I actually think if the input delay is genuinely better, because it felt better on
Yeah.
Switch 2, I think if it is genuinely better, I would even see a situation in which, like, they're not going to do it for bracket because obviously EVO is co-sponsored by Sony.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see something where, like, when people are
On the side.
on the side,
sides.
like playing,
I can see that. That'd
Street
be
Fighter
fire.
6. I think it'd be really cool. All right, so we talked about Mario Kart. We talked about Street Fighter 6. What should we talk about next? What are you
Chat.
feeling? Chat, what are you feeling?
What are you feeling?
What's the vibe? What's a game you want to hear our impressions on? We had played everything. Literally, we played everything. All the third-party games. Metroid, the first one I saw. I see. Well, we could do DK. You want to
Let's
start
do
with
DK.
DK? Let's do DK. Let's do DK. All right. I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, I thought about it the other day, but yeah, DK I think is I played it, I was like, wow, this is your Odyssey too.
Literally.
I mean it is literally just Donkey Kong. It's like, imagine if the next 3D Mario game's gimmick was that like he had punch gloves.
Yeah, right.
But they did that.
But
for
it's still
Donkey Kong.
Odyssey's, like, the gameplay
It's the
loop of
format.
Odyssey.
It's like
right.
the moons are the giant crystals. Hi, Samantha. The moons are like.
Oh,
the giant-
Sam's hello. Hey, what's up? Hello.
Oh, hey. Oh, she subbed. Thank you for the
Oh,
sub,
there you
Samantha.
go.
I appreciate
Great.
9 months. Thank you. Love it,
Thank
baby.
you.
Enjoy.
Hey, Mike's over in the other in the YouTube one as well. We got all our friends coming
We got
through.
everybody. They're
This
like,
is
this
great.
is the episode.
This is great. Mike did say, how crazy is the movement in Donkey Kong?
Oh, okay. That was one
Bro.
thing I tested, right? And some people were saying with the
Yeah.
footage, it's like I was trying the stuff where I was rolling, because you can
Yep.
roll.
You
but
can roll into
punch.
jumping on the wall,
Yeah.
into climbing, into like doing
You
that
can
dive.
roll punch,
Yes.
which is sick.
Yep.
You can like roll, grab. You know how you can grab the rock, slide on the rock.
You could surf on it.
Surf on the
Correct,
rock,
correct.
speed up while you're on it, toss it in
Yep.
the air. Like, I can't wait to see speedrunners play that thing.
It's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
And
man.
the amount of collectibles that are in there, I think this
Yeah.
kind of goes along with the movement thing that Mike was asking about too. The amount of collectibles immediately made me feel like it felt like the Odyssey team made a Banjo game.
Yes.
This whole game,
Yeah.
genuinely, like, to me, when I was a kid, loving the Rareware games on N64, your Banjo-Kazooies, your Banjo-Tooies, your Donkey Kong 64s, some people didn't like the collectathon aspect of those
Yeah.
games. I love it. I've always loved it. But I feel like they made the collectibles in Odyssey,
Yeah.
right, where you had like the purple coins, you get the costumes and stuff. They made it feel worth it to actually
Yeah.
go out of your way to explore and collect everything.
Yep,
So
yep,
it's like
yep.
it took the meaningful collectibles, smashed them with all the
Yep.
collectibles that were from like those rare games, and gave us what we got
Exactly.
here. And bringing this back to the mobility question, I feel like those collectibles, we don't know what some of those unlock yet.
No.
Part of me
It's
feels
gonna
like
be
they're going to
costumes.
unlock. Well, we know costumes
Right.
already for one.
Yeah.
We know that the costumes are, I think, the fossils, I believe.
Yeah. Well, we have a question about it.
Yeah.
When Ninball, let me see. Do
Yeah,
we know
let's
if
go.
DK Banana's collectibles will be a required completion of beating the gamers, or just for fun?
I don't
assume
think
it's both.
I think it's like Odyssey. You could beat Odyssey with like what, 90
I think
or
it'll
something?
I think it'll be like there is the required ones, like
Right.
the ones that
The
have
required gold
exclamation
bananas.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I don't even think like fossils or any of that stuff is
No.
going to be required
No.
unless only to unlock like new things. But like I said, going back to the mobility thing again, I feel like one of the other collectibles might unlock new moves for him.
Oh, really?
I really think there's going to
I-
be something else regarding like the little Odd Rock thing.
Yeah.
And then there was all that stuff about Nintendo
Pauline.
Korea and potentially Pauline being involved. Like if that's the case.
You were giving me a good theory that
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Chat, listen to this.
Yeah.
This thing.
Oh, you want me to
Right,
explain
yeah,
it?
Explain
Yeah.
your thing about the Pauline.
So what I'm feeling is based on what we've played, right? And Ingot Isle and the other monkeys that are there and the crates that are all labeled NDC.
That's I didn't realize.
Yeah.
The crates.
I
NBC.
think I've seen a lot of people saying this is a sequel to Odyssey. I actually think Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be a prequel to Odyssey. I think this game is going to be about the building of New Donk City.
Yeah,
Because the one thing we really don't know yet is what the gold is meant for.
Yeah.
Like you're collecting all this gold constantly, but why? Like what? Is it just points? Like it's not unlocking anything the same way the other stuff is unlocking.
And we know like New Donk, all the streets are like you know,
and they're all named after specifically like the rareware Donkey Kong characters, and we already know Cranky Kong's in there. We know Espresso's in there. We know Rambi's in there.
Yep.
So there's definitely other characters that are there. I think the gold, based on the end of the game, is going to be how built up New Donk City is. You know, like in the Luigi's Mansion, because also the font in the game is the same exact font from Luigi's Mansion. Now, I don't think they've outright said that this is being developed by the Odyssey team. Not. It's the Odyssey team. Like I have no doubt in my mind from how it plays. It's the Odyssey
font,
team. It is.
The way like cutscenes are like position everything
about but I saw some people saying they thought it might be next level because of the font from Luigi's Mansion. But I don't think it's the case at all. No.
Next level has a very specific look. This is not.
This looks a little more expressive, I think, than some of the other next level characters. Like I like their animations for things like
next level is like they do a lot of squash and stretch.
Right, yes.
This wasn't squash and stretch. This was like
Odyssey.
The Odyssey style animations.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is that this game is a prequel to Mario Odyssey that somehow Odd Rock connects with Pauline, right?
Yep.
And the whole thing in the game, right, is that there's music involved.
Yeah.
In the demo that we played, there's little bonus rooms and little things that you unlocked when you have your Donkey Kong, and he's like singing and dancing. You hold down the L button, and the little rock is dancing with you. And I could have sworn when I was hearing it at the demo station, the little rock, when he's first talking, you hear the little like noises and the little sounds. It sounded like dun 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 dun. With the
so I'm like 10 years of Jump Up Superstar.
So I'm like, bro, if that's how you canonize Jump Up Superstars and you have it be, I'm like, I feel like there's gonna be cool stuff that they're gonna play on with music. And Donkey Kong's got such a rich library of music, things that they could remix, new tracks that they could do. I almost feel like there's gonna be something where if Pauline is involved in some way with this Odd Rock thing, that they have this be Donkey Kong building New Donk City, and that at the end of the game, when however much gold you collect or how many collectibles you get, that I think you're gonna get different endings that show different variations of New Donk City.
Be awesome.
You're gonna see one that's gonna look like the slums, where it's not like a super built out one. You just get the basics. You get one that's got all the skyscrapers with the new Donkers walking around, and that would absolutely add to the replayability of it too. Yeah, so.
No, that's a good idea, man. Nah, just like playing it, what was so cool about it was like I said, the movement's great.
Yep.
There's the air, there's like little challenge areas where you fight enemies and stuff. Do you think the strange abundance of crocodile enemies like the gold skeletons, y'all think they're gonna bring back?
So actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That was something I noticed the second time playing that I didn't notice when I was doing the media preview.
Yeah, are there crocodile enemies?
There are gold skeletons. So basically, in the area where there's the big bomb rock totem enemy that you see in the first trailer, you basically see when you hit him with the explosion rock, all of his armor falls off, and he's literally a gold crocodile skeleton underneath the thing.
That first fight,
I'm almost wondering if they're gonna do something because of the stuff with the fossils and how there's different variations of fossils. If you're collecting like fossils of the Kremlins,
that's awesome.
Which would be crazy.
That's sick.
And then maybe because that would also be a super sick way to then bring back at like the end of the game or something. If all the other like new monkey villains they've all been beaten, and they're like we don't know what to do, and they somehow like smelt all the gold into a giant golden K. Rool. Like, it would be so fire, bro. That'd be so sick. I would love that. Yeah.
Especially after Smash. And the
Dude, they know. They know people love K. Rool.
At least K. Rool. It
doesn't have to
be like at least Secret Boss or something. Being K. Rool idea. Because we know what the villains are.
Yes.
Right. But it's
they're like the new monkey
characters.
Right? Which I like their designs.
Yeah, I like them too. And they're saying, do you think DK's animal buddies will be in this?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. We've seen them
in the trailer.
Yeah, you see the ostrich in the trailer. Cranky in the demo, when you're talking to him in the demo, mentions Rambi.
Yep.
So they're for sure going to be in there.
There.
Naughty's in there too. Yeah, go grab some water. I know Naughty is in there too. He's mentioned at some point. And you have Squawks in Donkey Kong world right now. Like there's a whole thing set up with Cranky Kong and Squawks in the new Donkey Kong world that's opening up right now in Epic Universe. So my assumption is, you're going to get more of the animal buddies. Absolutely. I think, Funky Kong, I think is going to be there. I feel like there is going to be something involved with the dinosaurs and the Kremlings and maybe having some type of tie. Yeah, I'm seeing someone saying the dino extinction. That would be cool. Bring Winky the Frog back. I'm down. I love frogs. Would absolutely positively love that. I'm hoping this is a time travel story, low-key. I'm hoping it's not. I'll tell you that right now. I don't want it to be time travel.
By the way,
I don't want it to be
combined. I think we have like almost 1,000 viewers.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Shout out.
Look at that. Shout out, man. Dixie is at Universal Park as well. Yeah. I'm seeing Mike saying this will absolutely not happen, but I want to see a breakthrough with the level and end up on top of Spiral Mountain, bro.
Oh my god, bro.
Like, by the way, we got Banjo back at the end. That would be crazy.
Spiral Mountain.
Oh my god.
Let's go, bro.
Or they call it copyright free something. They call it like twisted spiral or something, you know?
That'd be sick, dude.
That would be cool. I would love that.
Do you think Diddy and Funky also being redesigned? I think everybody...
Cranky is not redesigned. So I feel like the old rare characters are not going to be redesigned.
I love Donkey Kong's new design. I think it's so good. Yeah. I just think it's a perfect mix of like the old style with a new look and all the crazy animation.
And he's super expressive. Yeah. You see, like, in the little bit that we played, there was a couple cutscenes you get to watch. Like the opening mining thing where he's breaking the wall. And then you see a thing after that as well where he's, like, diving through when he's getting sucked up by the tornado and Ingot Isle's, like, sinking. And, the expressions on his face, meeting Odd Rock for the first time, his eyeballs popping out, like, it just looks super funny. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Damn. We did potentially see young Pauline in that artwork that was on the Korean website. Yeah, like I said, we did. But we don't necessarily know, like, what that is. Like, I've seen people saying, oh, you know, is that, like, a major spoiler of the game? I actually think whatever that banner was is probably just meant for whenever they do the DK Direct. Yeah, I really think, like, the Direct is going to have whatever that thing is.
Well, I assume they're going to do another Switch to Direct in, like, June.
I do too.
I think it'll be like right a week or two after it comes out.
I agree.
You know, talk about, hey, like, now that it's out, you know, here's like the fall lineup for Switch.
I agree.
With all the release dates.
And KY is saying in the chat as well, I think this might end up being an origin story for Donkey Kong. Right. Again, if it is, they could totally tie that into the stuff with Odyssey and like make it a prequel. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I kind of like the idea of there being some type of continuity with the Odyssey line of games. Because, like, one thing I brought up in my preview, and I know you don't feel the same way as I do. So, like, it is what it is. And I know your community doesn't feel the same way. Oh, shit. But my community knows this. I like Odyssey. I do. Yeah. But I think it's not a Mario game. It's a Mario game in terms of movement. It's a Mario game in terms of, like, style. Okay. But I think in terms of the collectibles and, like, the meaning of the collectibles, it doesn't quite feel like a Mario game. It feels like something else. And the Donkey Kong game that we're playing right now feels like what that something else is supposed to be. I feel like the opposite. Because I feel like when we see the next Mario game, right? I don't think it's going to play like Odyssey. I think it's going to be like a new build on something, but I think this Donkey Kong Bonanza is the way that they're going to continue on the Odyssey play style. I feel like this is if this does well, of course. I think this is going to be the future of Donkey Kong. I think this is like, maybe we still get country, but I think this is like 3D Donkey Kong moving forward.
I said this, right? Like, the fact that we didn't get Odyssey 2 meant that they just wanted that to be a one and done stop.
Because we got Galaxy 2. Yeah. And you know.
And I like that with my biggest, like, flaw, and I adore Odyssey. It's one of my favorite. Yeah. It's one of my favorite games ever. My biggest flaw of the game is, like, a lot of moons are not satisfying. It's like bump the ground, you get a moon. Right. Like, look up this tree.
And in this game, too, it's like talk to Cranky Kong, get a moon. Yeah. It's like dig in the ground a little bit and find the thing.
Yeah, and they have them, but they don't feel like, at least you have to do a bit more as opposed to just, like, stomp once and you have it. You know, I feel like because with an Odyssey you can get 999 moons. Right. Which is, like, ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. You don't need that. I don't think there's going to be there might be a thing where maybe you can spend, because we don't know what those banana chips do, I believe. Maybe those banana chips you can trade in to buy bananas.
I hope not.
I bet you that might be a thing, though.
See, that to me is
like, I could see that being a thing.
That's almost like don't play the game. Yeah. You know, like just...
Well, unless you're collecting a bunch of banana chips and you've been, you know, you're a little kid, you're a little Timmy. Yeah, and it's Christmas morning and you're frustrated because you can't move forward without your gold bananas. And so you turn in your banana chips. Like, I could see that happening. Yeah.
At this moment after the arcade game, just before Country, I guess the line Cranky says about recognizing a villain tells the Carol, which would make sense is before Country 1.
Well, again, the characters from Country are in this. Yeah. Like, we know that's like, at the very least, Cranky is in this. So I think there is some type of continuity with Country, or at the very least, acknowledging those characters exist. Yeah. But the gold crocodile thing, I meant to bring that up because that was something that I noticed this time that I didn't notice before. That is a very I just thought you're punching the stuff and it just looked like a gold skeleton. But yeah, upon further reflection, it does look like a dinosaur type crocodile type thing. So that would be really cool.
What do you think they're gonna do with Mario?
Coming up, you mean?
Yeah. It is still the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mario could still happen this holiday.
That would be crazy.
But I think if it does, I think it's a 2D game.
You think it's like a Wonder?
I think it's like a Wonder
2?
Wonder 2 maybe, or it's like maybe a Mario Maker 3.
I still stand by this. The fact that they should make All Stars HD. Like, think of, you know, have you played Sonic Origins?
Yeah.
Like, Sonic Origins.
I love Sonic, yeah.
Sonic Origins is like the original Sonic.
Loved
is
it.
all widescreen, HD, new.
Literally got on my shelf right there. Yeah, I love it.
And it's like the fact that the original, like, run of Mario 1, 2, 3 world don't have, like, actual and official full screen, like, HD sprite-based thing and everything. It's crazy.
Mean literal original Mario All-Stars. You mean Mario 1, 2, and 3 and World redone in HD.
Redone in HD, where we finally have, like, actual Mario 1 in, like, HD.
That's like a dream. I love that. Yeah.
Because, like, they have most of the assets thanks to Maker. Because of Maker.
Yeah.
And so all they'd have to do is make the physics proper and obviously add a bunch of stuff because like all of them have the same physics.
But see, All Stars has the same physics, but All Stars looks very different.
Yeah.
It's not like it's repurposing things the same way that Mario Maker does, where it's like it looks like the NES game.
Yeah.
Like I could see a world in which they remake Mario 1, 2, and 3 in the engine of Wonder. Which would be awesome. Because the look of Wonder is beautiful.
I've said that too. That's what they got to do. You either remake them in Wonder's engine or like we get an HD like full screen thing, you know. But I agree with you where what they're gonna do because the 40th anniversary is a big deal. I mean, that's like something they'd want to celebrate.
I agree.
And so I don't think the next 3D Mario's this year, but something notable Mario will be this year.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think so.
I'm seeing Artsy Omni in the chat saying, I don't think Nintendo's all that concerned about consistency or with continuity in the Mario series. They can retcon whatever they want with no hesitation. Agreed. And that goes back to the Donkey Kong thing. They could do whatever they're like, you know, I know obviously Cranky Kong is meant to be the original Donkey Kong, right? That kidnapped Pauline way back in the day. Who's to say that Pauline from the Nintendo Korea website isn't like Pauline's kid or something? Or like, or maybe it is a time travel type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of like a 40th anniversary Mario thing. But I have given up hope completely that we're getting a 3D Mario this year.
Yeah,
it's not
me
happening.
too.
I don't even think we're getting one next year, to be honest. I think DK. I think that is the team. I think that is the next.
You think they're gonna go a decade without another 3D Mario?
I do. Well, it hasn't been a decade.
It will be in 2 years.
Or yeah, in 2 years they can do it, and then at the 10th anniversary, boom, they bring out a new 3D Mario, and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah. It just I would be. Yeah, I mean, it really is like if these guys are doing it.
I hate to do this.
Oh God.
And this kind of transitions into another topic. I feel like Switch 2 Edition Super Mario Odyssey could very much be a thing.
Like with the new content, like
with Kirby. Because Kirby, we got to play all the Switch 2 editions that weren't Legends EA. Every single one we've played.
Yeah.
Kirby, I didn't really get a chance to play that much. I watched someone play through it at the New York event,
played it.
And then I bypassed it at the LA one. So talk about it a little bit. Like, how do you feel about Kirby?
Well, with Kirby, I loved it. It was one level. It was the first level, and it essentially works like a remix mode.
Okay.
Where like you go through the first level, like the levels of the game, but they're all like a new version.
Terrestrialized, right?
Terrestrialized.
Right.
It's like the level is like. Because in the original Kirby Forgotten Land, the first level is very like straight.
Yeah.
You're going a straight path the whole way. This one's very vertical.
Okay.
Like you're going up the path. It's a completely new path. And everything. You have a new mouthful mode, right? It's like it's like Spring Mario, but like without the annoying like back and forth. You just go straight up. And so it's made super well. It's gonna be super fun. And like I would love something like this for an Odyssey or even like what's another game? Wonder.
Wonder would be cool.
Wonder,
I would like to see Wonder.
I was shocked Wonder didn't get new content.
That does seem like some. To be fair, I was shocked Odyssey didn't get new content.
Me too.
New Kingdoms or whatever. I think if you do Switch 2 Edition Super Mario Odyssey and Switch 2 Edition Mario Wonder, both for the 40th anniversary and like
that'd be awesome.
That would be great.
That'd be
awesome.
I
think that would be enough. I think a Kingdom. Like is enough where the Odyssey team could make that or two kingdoms or whatever. But I mean like two kingdoms. Yeah, that's true. But I think if they did that type of thing, it wouldn't be as much of like building out a fully new game. Dude, if they did Isle Delfino finally.
You remember that whole thing, right?
Bro, I was in the trenches, my guy. I was in the people know this. I've told this story before. I told this on the stream I did for Switch 2 Direct. I got Mario Odyssey a month and a half early.
That's crazy.
Before, and this was back when like Nintendo, during the first year of Switch 1, Nintendo gave media and their brand ambassadors ARMS, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, all like a month and a half early.
Oh my god.
So I had a Switch in like February.
That's crazy.
The launch year. And so with Mario Odyssey, I got to play through all of it. And they were very specific about, like, you can't talk about certain things. Like, these things are going to be under embargo.
Yeah.
You know, if you could say that you're playing the game, but you can't mention certain stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was playing through the game blind. Nobody else is playing alongside me. And all those rumors about Isle Delfino were bubbling up around the time. So I got to the Mushroom Kingdom.
No, he didn't. No. He didn't play Odyssey 7 months ahead. I think he meant he had the Switch.
I had the Switch 7. Yeah. No, it wasn't 7 months ahead. I'm saying I got the Switch in February.
Yeah.
No, that would be great. No, could you imagine? I'm like, Nintendo likes me sometimes, but I don't think they're giving me the Mario Odyssey. No, but with Mario Odyssey specifically, I got the game like a month and a half early and was playing through it. And like I was playing through it with other media. We knew who else had the game, so we were like talking with other people. And I vividly remember talking to the Game Explained guys, getting to the Dark Souls Kingdom with the dragon, and being like, "Oh my God, this is so sick!" And then being like, "No, it's nothing. It's that one boss." Like, and being like, "What? What are you talking?" And so I think that adds to like why I have a little soured on Odyssey, because there's so many cool ideas that could have been built out things that became nothing. And like the same thing happened at the end of the game where you get the Mushroom Kingdom, you get the classic Mushroom Kingdom from Mario 64, Peach's Castle built out and everything, and I'm like, bro. I'm seeing this other kingdom thing. I'm seeing this other marker. I'm probably gonna unlock Delfino, because in my brain, I thought Mushroom Kingdom, I thought Isle Delfino, and I thought the last one at the ending was going to be like Rosalina's Observatory.
You're great.
And I was like, I'm not though. I think that makes sense when you get to Mushroom Kingdom. I was like a Rosalina Kingdom and like a Sunshine Kingdom.
To the moon.
Bro, you already gone to the moon. So when I got to the moon, and I'm a month and a half before the reviews are coming out for this thing, and it was just darker side.
That was the.
I was like, bro, no, it was dark side.
Darkest.
And then it was darker side. Was the last one? I was fuming.
That's
because
awful.
The first part of that game is like so perfect.
I know.
The first part, Odyssey, is so good, and they just like completely poop the bed at the last bit of it, the ending, and I'm like, bro. And so to me, like, at least the special stuff you unlock in the other Mario games, I feel like going back to it, I'm like, I get a fuzzy feeling. Now, anytime I replay Odyssey, I literally replay up to the Mushroom Kingdom. I go through the Mushroom Kingdom stuff again, and I'm like, this is good. And I don't even touch the darker side stuff, because it doesn't matter.
No, me too.
I played through it once, and I'm like, this doesn't matter to me anymore.
I've never once actually been like, I want to go to the darker side of it.
You know what I actually want? This goes back to Mario Kart. I want one of the bosses in Mario Kart to be the bunnies from Mario Odyssey, and I want to kill them. I want to rocket them past Rainbow Road and explode them. I know, but I want to physically do it. I want to have the bob-ombs, I want to have the gold shells, and just end the bunnies. That's what I want to do. Once and for all. Launch them off of the Donkey Kong space station.
Let's go, dude.
You know they got the giant thing. Launch them off the space station, strap them to a rocket, send them off into space.
I want them to suffer. Die.
I hate those bunnies, though. I hate those bunnies. But, yeah, the Switch 2 edition thing, though, going back to it, I do think there is potential for like a Mario Odyssey with a couple more kingdoms, Mario Wonder with another map.
Because we were pointing out that Wonder is on the list of games to get a free update, which again, getting a free update doesn't mean they're. But I think
what are the other ones that are getting free updates?
It's a lot.
It's like Scarlet and Violet, right?
It's like there's a
Arms, Brain Age.
Yeah,
I know there's a couple of them. One of my mods, if you guys have one of the links to the list of the free updates, let us know and we'll pull it on up. Or one of Fidel's mods as well, either of us. Oh, Odyssey. Oh, Caden just said Odyssey is actually getting a free update as well.
Oh, here's they have it on the website.
All right, let's see.
So Arms. Okay. Captain Toad, which is random. Odyssey.
Okay.
Bowser's Fury, which
that'll be good though, because Bowser Fury is like an amazing game.
But Bowser's Fury, again, the problem with it is like when Bowser shows up, the game dips to 30.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that.
Clubhouse, I don't know why.
Clubhouse Games runs perfectly already. But
Link's Awakening and Echo's good.
Those need them. Link's Awakening and Echo's need them. That's good. Those are free updates too.
Yeah, these are all the free ones.
Great. Green Builder Garage. No one's playing Mario U Deluxe. Shoot that off in his face with the bunnies. Scarlet and Violet, thank goodness they're getting a free update. Very good.
Big Brain.
Okay. Again. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Weird.
No Wonder though.
Wonder's not on there though. So actually, Wonder being the 40th anniversary Switch 2 edition Mario game, I can see that happening.
You know what it is? It's Wonder. The expansion is the remade levels of Mario 1, 2, 3. And
that's awesome! Let's do that! Yes!
Wonder gimmicks!
Yes! I love that! Yes, I love that. I love that.
Next
That
to
actually is perfect.
That'd be fire.
That is perfect.
That'd
if it's
be
like
fire.
a remake of Mario 1 and all the levels of Wonder
that'd be
gimmicks,
sick.
it is actually
That'd be
really
sick.
good.
That
Because that's significant enough where I
Yep.
think it would warrant the extra price tag.
Yep.
Because this brings us back to something that happened at that event and like something that I noticed.
Yeah.
Like Kirby is $80. Kirby
Yep.
is one of the
Yeah,
few.
yeah, yeah.
Kirby and Mario Party are both 80.
Yeah.
But Metroid and the Zeldas are 70.
Yeah.
So it's like.
It's
And
weird,
Metroid
yeah.
and the Zeldas are
It's
like
very weird.
amazing, like
Yeah.
best of all time
Yeah,
level
yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
I'm like, how the heck are Mario Party where we're screaming in the hall? Like you got to play the Scream one, right?
Mario Party?
Yeah.
I played the mouse control minigame mode. I didn't play.
You didn't play Bowser?
No, because there were two setups. I played the new
Oh.
mouse minigames. I saw people play.
So
the
you didn't
camera
do the
stuff.
camera mode.
No, I
so
saw
what,
people
what were
play
the
them.
mouse mini games like then? I want to know.
They were generic. They was like spray paint the bob-ombs.
Okay.
It was like drag an RC car to the other side.
Okay.
There was one where it's like grab a toad to like an obstacle course and try to like drag him to the end.
Sure.
And then it was like letter grabbing.
Okay.
And then there was air
letter
hockey.
grabbing?
Yeah, like you grab letters, something like that.
Okay.
And then the other one was.
I'll grab M. I'll
yeah.
grab I. I'll
The other
grab
one was
D.
air hockey.
Mid.
Yeah. Exactly. The
Yeah.
problem, and it's like
Yeah.
I was talking about this like
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Mario
yeah.
Party. Like the problem with it is I'm not. That's the most not worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Mario Party's not. worth it.
Especially with
Yeah.
Mario Party, it's like Mario
And
Party,
Jamboree is very good.
Jamboree's great.
And I
But
think
again,
it
they
was.
should have
Yeah.
just gave content to main game Jamboree.
I agree.
They should have added new boards because
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem with Mario Party is they keep putting these side modes
That nobody plays
one
and nobody wants. Just do new boards.
Everybody wants the main
I
game.
agree.
You know, so
Yeah.
like I genuinely think people would have deadass paid $20 to have like 3 new boards and new mini games.
Yeah, I think the reason
game.
why though they're doing it like this specifically for this Mario Party is to utilize the game
camera,
chat thing.
yeah.
Because the camera, it is cute. I will say
Yeah.
the camera is actually very cute, but I'm never gonna use that.
Yeah, well, because
Never.
like, even my friend who was at the event project was saying like it took them a while to set up the camera. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Is the camera's gonna take calibration
Yeah.
stuff, and no one's gonna want to do
Yeah.
it past like the first time.
Yeah, and it's like it's
Yeah.
cute. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely cute because the green screen tech on it's actually quite nice. It
Yeah.
like gets rid of whatever was
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah,
background.
yeah.
Like it did look good, but I don't see myself playing that
No.
more than even maybe
Absolutely
once.
not.
Yeah, I just don't. And did they say how much the upgrade
to
for the Switch
find
2 edition is if you own the original Jamboree? Is it
Mario
$10?
Party, I think it's. I don't know. See,
Because see, if Kirby and Mario Party are just $10 extras, obviously
Kirby
I own
is
both
20.
of those.
Kirby
games.
is 20.
You have to pay $20 to then. I know it's
Yes.
20 when you buy the physical. With digital, it's the same
Oh,
thing.
is it? See, this is the.
That's the confusion.
This is the
See, with some of these, that's when it gets kind of
Yeah.
confusing because I know Kirby physical is 80.
Yes, Kirby physical.
But
is
if
I don't know.
physical, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a digital version of
Yeah, me
Forgotten
too,
Land.
me too.
I'll pay $10 and get the new
Yeah.
single player.
I'll
I
pay
wouldn't
it.
have a problem with that.
I adore Kirby. I'll pay any price.
Yeah.
But,
Well, don't say that.
okay.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't say I'll pay any price. I don't want to pay $20 for
Okay, that's fine.
an upgrade
That's
for
it.
Kirby. I like Kirby Forgotten Land. I think it's a good game, but I'm not doing that. Yeah. I will say I'll pay
Yeah.
any price for Kirby Air Riders.
I'm
You give me that $100
too.
and I'll pay $100
$200
for
for Kirby. Let's go, man.
$3,000 for Kirby
Oh,
Air Ride, man. Let's go.
They're saying if there's a plus in the name, that means 20. Otherwise, it's 10.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
Oh. So if there's so Kirby is 20.
Because it's Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus
Plus.
whatever the new expansion
and
is.
Mario Party
Plus Jamboree TV.
Okay.
Whereas that's a good
Okay.
way to know.
The brains.
That's a good way to know.
Ah.
That's very, very
the
good.
Gears turned.
That's
there.
good. Yeah, because with Metroid, with the 2 Zeldas, yeah, there's no plus in the title.
Uh-huh.
But I will
Exactly.
say, these Monado boys saying then die, then die, then die, then die.
It's because it's 7 TV. There's an
Yeah.
Evo. It
No,
usually shows-
I will say the thing that blew my mind. Did you get a chance to play Zelda?
I did not, but I saw it. Oh, it looks gorgeous,
Bro,
I'm gonna replay that game.
I am. I'm actually going to
Easily.
replay, which is crazy because
Yeah.
I think that was one of those things where, like, in the early days of Switch 2 speculation, when people were saying, oh, 4K Breath of the Wild, like, you could play this game, or you have it where, like, it's in 60 frames per second
Yep.
and it's smooth. I'm like, okay, but I loved what I played in the first 2. Like, I don't think I need to go back and
No,
replay the whole
I'm
thing
going
again.
back in.
Bro, after playing this at the event, I feel like that's one of those games
Yeah.
that's, like, completely worth
No,
it.
see,
It feels like it feels like how it was supposed to play in the
I'm
first
not
place.
gonna play Tears of the Kingdom right now. I'm gonna go play Breath of the Wild.
Again?
A real gamer instead of Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, you don't like Tears of the Kingdom?
No, I like Tears of the Kingdom, but I have this conversation.
Oh, you like Tears more than Breath?
No, I like Breath more than Tears. You like? Oh, yeah,
I am the
forgot-
opposite.
yeah.
I like Tears way more than Breath of the Wild.
see,
I think Breath of the Wild is a nice game. It's a great
Game.
It's a great game.
Nice.
It's a great game. But I think Tears of the Kingdom, like with the dungeons and the music especially, like for me, music means so much. I know it doesn't mean as much to you. Music for you is like hype. You get a good music track and you're like, for me, if the game doesn't have a good soundtrack,
it's over.
It's over, bro. Which is why for like Xenoblade 3 for me, when I was playing through it, those environment music tracks in Xenoblade 3 are ass.
Yeah, they're lame.
And like you go to Xenoblade 2 and you've got like more ordained. It's Xenoblade 1. Even Xenoblade X, where it's like all the vocal tracks to Sawano, amazing. And then you get to Xenoblade 3 and you're in these open environments and it's just like remixes of old stuff, but it's like done in the trying to be like quiet, kind of Breath of the Wild-esque music, like the atmospheric thing. I don't vibe with that, man.
So my thing that why I always argue with Shaq, because I've had this war. I like Breath of the Wild more because like with Tears of the Kingdom, it was like a lot of the sky areas felt repetitive. Like it felt like maybe one or two you were unique. Like I think the best sky area is the first one.
I like the first sky area.
And then like all
the Death Star is cool too. I like the Death Star.
Yeah, the Death Star is cool. But then the rest are just like push this thing, get the puzzle piece.
Yeah.
The underground is just like.
I love the underground. See, that's where I've heard this from a lot of people.
I hate the underground. I just run to the light bulbs. What I do.
Oh, so you're playing it wrong, bro.
No, but I did the stuff in it, but it felt for the most part. You're just like running to lights because it's just completely dark.
That's why you get so many of the little light bulbs thing. It's like, see, that's what I like about it. It felt like you were literally creating your own path in this giant dark area. Obviously, you got the light bulbs with like each of them. But I like that too. See, I think I love all that. No. I think, but I will say, I think the thing with the Switch 2 edition that's really, really nice with Tears of the Kingdom, which is another reason why I'm like, I think I might replay this, is having the QR code thing. Where you have the QR, because I built so many cool things in that game that I already have the QR codes for that I want to like pass to people. Like I built, you can go back and watch my playthrough. I know you guys who are on my YouTube channel know this, but like people on Fidel's channel, if you haven't seen my playthrough, I literally built a working Metal Gear and killed Ganon with this working Metal Gear.
Fire.
And it was fun. And so it literally is like Metal Gear Rex. It's shooting off the cannons. It's like doing everything. It was amazing. And so many people, when I was streaming it, were like, I want that Metal Gear. How did you make it?
And so
I made it from like this one, it was like a Japanese Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom creator on Twitter. And like I watched their video and like meticulously tried to replicate it. And I made it better. Because his version had other weird stuff that didn't need to be there. I made it better.
See, again, like...
And then people can use that and like play through with their Metal Gear. It's amazing.
And so this is where the argument happens and strategies and everything. It's like, I like... an experience like crafted for me. Right? Like with Breath of the Wild, what I loved about it is like I had the resources. They give you everything you needed to start. And then it's like with what we've given you, be creative, right? Whereas like with Tears of the Kingdom, what I didn't like was that like it felt like half the solutions to everything were like use the hover bike. That like someone taught you.
Oh no, but see, again. The hover bike thing is good for traversal. Like I think when you're in the underground and you're in the darkness and then you're looking at the lights and stuff and you're on the hover bike and you're shooting the little lights all the way down, like that's fun for me.
But it's like for me, I'm just like I guess that's what I didn't like because I don't like when I have to make the experience. I'd rather like I have to figure out it with what I'm given. Whereas like in this game, it's like you make these like have the inventions were like a car for me.
See, but you didn't need to do that. Like so many of the other puzzles, the thing about Tears of the Kingdom I think is brilliant is like the puzzles can all be solved in weird, unique ways. So you could do like the physics. You don't have to have
I know. And I
cars
did
to do
everything in the game. Like I have the 120 shrines that I had.
You have like the Zonai version of Link or whatever.
It's a thing of like I adore the game, but it's become like as if I hate it because like
that's crazy.
I just don't like the sky.
I know a lot of people that are like you though that like Breath of the Wild.
And I just think for me, Breath of the Wild, you can't replicate it.
Yeah. Well, Breath of the Wild was a magic. Going back to like that early Switch 1, it was magic, like playing through and discovering everything the first time. But I really feel like I almost said Breath of the Wild too. I almost feel like Tears of the Kingdom impressed me in the sense that I was expecting Breath of the Wild's Hyrule. And then maybe those Sky Islands, and then a couple dungeons. And the fact that that underground area was there with like all those super unique bosses, and then using that to craft other new materials, and the dungeons and the when you are battling Colgera, and it kicks in, it's like, and you're like, I'm sitting there weeping. and you're going, oh, and it's got Dragon Moose Island, and you got Colgera, and you're diving down, and then the little Rito is like, come on, Link, do what you gotta do, and you're diving through, breaking the little glass things, bro. Insane. When you're in like the is it the Sand Temple area? The one where you've got like the Gibdos crawling over? It's so sick, bro.
It is fire.
It's fire. Sidon, and you got the Splatoon boss.
No,
with the weird little boss sucks. The boss is fire, bro.
That boss is ass.
Those guys, you have wrong opinions.
No.
You have wrong opinions. The Splatoon boss is great. I love it.
No, it's
where
not.
you get this giant, muck creature, and you're like, what is this? And then you get that little octopus dude in the middle. I love that. You're wrong.
No,
you're wrong. That boss is great. You're wrong. You're wrong. That boss is great. That boss is great. I love the Splatoon boss. You're wrong.
The Ganon fight is peak.
And the Ganon, where you get the extra health bar that goes all the way out, and then like even when you're fighting him in the dragon form at the end, it's so good. And I also just like the story in Tears of the Kingdom.
Do you?
I do. I think the only thing is I think Tears of the Kingdom. This is I think where other people differ. I think Tears of the Kingdom got people mad that I'm happy it got mad, because to me, here's why. I love Zelda lore.
Yes.
I love Zelda lore.
Yeah.
I like seeing how different games connect or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that all these people that were like, oh, this thing is going to be this thing, and we're making like thousands of theory videos in the lead up to Tears of the Kingdom, being like, it's going to be this thing and it's going to be this way, and they're like, no, actually it doesn't even matter. This is like so far in the past. It's not even on the same timeline. It's alternate universe, whatever. There's these Zonai, and here's Rauru. Like, I loved that aspect about it. Like, because to me, they're able to flesh that out with that Imprisoning War, Hyrule Warriors game they're coming out with, which also was not at the Switch experience. That was not at the event. And they fleshed it out. I think the thing that I didn't like about the story, but this goes for Breath of the Wild too, is the fact that the tiers are in like different, you know what I mean? Like
that's awful.
So if you experience like, what's her face, Hylia dying first, and you're like, what is this? What's going on over here? You know? Or you see like Ganondorf's weird face and you don't know the context behind it. That aspect I don't like. Like I wish there was.
Did you play it like that?
I played the whole thing on stream. I streamed the whole game.
No, did you do them in order, or you did?
No, I didn't. I just was getting them as I was. So like them in order. When you see, but you looked online. That ruins the experience. It's not how you're supposed to play, dude. Bro, I streamed it and I got the Ganondorf killing what's her face one like 3 in.
And if I did that, I would have been upset.
No,
that's the game's fault. That's the game's fault.
I'm fine with that. See, because you got to experience. Because then at that moment, because then you get to that moment on stream, and I'm like, what the heck is happening here? And then you get like 3 streams in, and then I finally find out I liked that. Because it was like shocking to me. I don't know. So I'm a Tears of the Kingdom lover. You're the Breath of the Wild lover. We both agree both games are good.
Exactly. I agree.
And the Switch 2 editions are great.
Yep.
But I'm correct. Tears of the Kingdom's a better game. It is what it is. The dungeons are definitely. You have to acknowledge the dungeons.
The dungeons are better.
They're way better.
Exploring the world.
I like the elephant one in.
I think exploring the world in Breath of the Wild is more magic.
I feel that.
I think like there's still nothing like Eventide Island.
Yeah.
Or running into. I don't.
Well, I mean, it's still there.
Tears of the Kingdom. It's not the same.
Yeah, I mean it is.
There's an
underground part
do
of
you
it
like the stupid arms or do you like the Guardians?
What's the stupid arms or the? What do you mean?
What's a more stressful experience? The Guardians chasing you or the
the Doom arms? You mean? I mean. I guess the Guardians.
The Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians for sure. But I think the thing with the Guardians is like but the thing with the Guardians, I feel like, is that which is the same with the arms.
Once you figure it out,
Once you figure it out, you're fine.
Of course.
Once the second you're like, because then I was just parrying even with like a basic shield, I was just like parrying all the Guardian things and blowing them up. What I will say, the Gleeok fights in Tears of the Kingdom,
those are fire.
10 out of when you're like taking the little things and they're dropping the things from the sky and you have to rise your way back up and zoom into the Gleeok eye and then you chase them down to the ground and stab into their eyes and blow them up. Fire, dude. The bosses are just like so good.
Hell yeah, man.
Anyway, both of these games, Switch 2 edition, amazing. Play them on Switch 2. They're so good. If you've never experienced these games before and you're like, I want to play them for the first time, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Like the loading times for the Switch 2 edition, I tested from the Water Temple with the Splatoon boss all the way to Death Mountain on the very low level of Death Mountain, like on the save file that was built up in Tears of the Kingdom. I got there in 6 seconds. And we got it on camera for my preview video. We were literally, Philly and I were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we were there.
That's fire.
So it's like, that's the beautiful thing about this. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
We did sidetrack from Kirby. Well, we're still kind of in the realm of Switch 2 editions, though.
I mean,
we're all still kind of here.
With Kirby, like I said, I only got to play that one level, and it was great. I mean, I had a good time with it. It's just new Kirby content.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like remix mode. I like the new mouthful mode. I hope they had new power ups. Because the cool thing about Forgotten Land is that you get the power ups.
Yeah. Well, they got the spring one kind of.
Well, that's mouthful mode in the like.
Oh, you mean like new power-ups, like new
I want
enemies.
like a new ability.
We're not getting that.
I know.
That's definitely not happening. For sure. You're getting spring mode and you're going to like it.
Maybe we'll get Galactonite back.
Maybe. That would be cool. That would be cool.
They always do it crazy.
Well, they got to take advantage of those characters while they can, because none of those characters are going to be in Air
Ride.
No way. Air Ride's not going to have any of Leo or whatever. Air Ride, you're going to get all the Kirby's.
Yes, sir.
You're going to get Meta Knight. You're going to get Diddy.
And that's it,
bro.
Yes, sir.
Maybe Adeline. Maybe Marks. Maybe.
That's it.
That's it. You're not getting anything else.
Go Sakurai.
Sakurai's like, if I didn't make that character, his ass is not going to be in the game.
Be like, what about Susie? And you'll be like,
Susie Hoosie? Hoosie Susie?
That's not my
no
character.
way.
I don't care. You know?
Magalore?
Magalore.
No way.
Nope.
Not happening, dude. Not happening. All right. The big Switch 2 edition, though, that we have not talked about yet. The one that I gushed about for like 10 minutes on my preview video, so people know my thoughts.
Because you're the bigger Metroid person.
Bro, I literally have the Samus. You talk about Metroid. Let's go ahead.
Guys, he loves Metroid. Now, I love Metroid. He's the Metroid guy. You know what I'm saying? He's about to show something crazy.
Oh!
How do you get that?
It actually lights up too. So
it?
my hand doesn't fit in it, but Reagan's hand's fit in it. But this was for one of her Samus cosplays, and the light goes off and everything. It's super sick, but I don't have the battery plugged in. But you can see all the little wires on the inside that tap the light thing on, and then it sends the music out. It's real cool.
Fire.
Yeah, it's super cool. But I got the giant. Yeah, I love Metroid. I'm a huge Metroid fan. I love the 3D Metroids. I love Dread. I think this is like exactly what people were expecting. I'm happy it restarted development. This feels like the right type of new Metroid game.
That opening cutscene,
gorgeous.
I think that was like the best looking Nintendo thing I'd ever seen.
Full stop. I think the cutscene after you beat the boss. Yeah. When you beat the boss from the demo with the shields.
Yep.
I feel like that cutscene where it just like, I don't know what happens, but it was like a nuke goes off or something and the screen goes away. Looked so sick. Really, really looked amazing.
The game looked like a next gen game. Like if I had not known that was Metroid and it was a PS5 game being demoed,
I'd be like, still pretty game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still really pretty.
It looks insane.
Having the scan features back and all the stuff that's classic from Metroid Prime. But the thing that's mind blowing is that mouse mode.
The mouse thing is crazy.
The mouse thing is so
It is crazy.
good. In a way that I did not think. I'm not somebody who plays games with mice. I always play with controller. I'm like a dirty Fortnite player on PC that plays with the PS5 controller. I play all my Hoyo games with the PS5 controller hooked up to my PC. I do not like mouse and keyboard.
I understand.
I think the thing that's smart about mouse mode and what I liked from day one with Switch is that mouse mode is what I've wanted.
Yep.
I don't like WASD keyboard BS.
I agree.
I like having a joystick to move.
Yep.
Or you could move with mouse mode with the other mouse as well to move Samus around. I like having the joystick and the buttons and having the mouse to point. I love it. And then the mouse, when you're pointing on the screen in Metroid Prime 4, there's like a reticle with the mouse mode. But once you flip it and you're going into like the regular kind of like waggle Joy-Con mode, that's off the screen. Dude, and it's seamless. It's so good.
That was the thing about like that when I tried that mouse feature, I was like, wow, this is the first time I considered not playing with a Pro Controller.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I know with Pro Controller the motion's gonna be great, you know, but the mouse con, that's what I was shocked about. Is with the mouse con, I was worried it was gonna be like I have to keep readjusting it. But when I was like, oh my god, this is like an actual mouse.
It's so good.
You know?
Yeah. And so
even
good. The movement feels really good where you're dashing and then you're like doing the double jumps over different shields. You're morph balling down. I see somebody in my YouTube chat bringing this up. I actually want to ask you because I didn't get a chance to do this. Rico Lee said, I agree. The Treehouse gameplay completely explains why they restarted development and why it took so long. I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I did not watch the Treehouse for that at all because I was in New York. I was literally traveling. So we did Japan time and then right afterwards I had to leave. Did you watch any of that?
I watched it, but I didn't hear their explanation.
Okay.
But I watched the Treehouse.
Was there anything new that wasn't already?
No, it was what we played. They played our demo.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I didn't miss it.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Okay, cool. KY just donated as well and said, it's funny that Switch 2, it's getting its own Halo game and now its own Bloodborne game as well. Yep. So Duskbloods was also not at the Switch 2 event. So the games that weren't there were Pokemon Legends EA Switch 2, Hyrule Warriors wasn't there, Duskbloods wasn't there, and Kirby wasn't there.
No.
Everything else was there. DK was there. All the third-party games.
Yep.
I mean, we could talk about third-party games. Like, which ones? We talked about Street Fighter a little bit.
I played mainly Street Fighter. I saw Hogwarts Legacy.
That was there. I'm not playing. Yeah, I'm not playing
I'm not
that.
touching that.
Yeah. And Civ was there, but I'm not playing
Civ was there. I saw Yakuza.
Yeah,
I didn't play
Yakuza
it.
was cool. I played that at the New York event.
Okay, how was it?
It ran great.
Really?
But again, I'm a big Yakuza fan. So like to me, I was gonna get that
Yakuza
regardless. I like it. All the Like a Dragon games, bring those on over to Switch too. Like Pirates in Hawaii. I'm down. And I love the team over at RGG. So I'll get Yakuza 0 on it. Too bad Aru just played it.
Yeah, I know.
It's unfortunate timing to play that now.
I know. Because that new edition has different
looks
stuff.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kirby had an extra level in Trios.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't see that one.
GameCube master. I mean,
GameCube. Well, before we move to GameCube, because that's like a whole different discussion. I feel like with the third-party games. What I played for the first time actually, because I didn't play early access, is Hades.
Oh yeah, Hades was there.
Hades 2 was there.
Oh, how's Hades?
It is incredible. I guess a lot of people have already played this because it went on
early access.
But I'm like you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want to play early access nonsense. I want to play it when the game is out. No, dude. No. And they said that Hades 2 is going to be launch window. So it's not necessarily at launch, but that means the final version of Hades 2, console edition, probably coming soon. Probably like July or August or something.
Yeah, I'd see that.
I think that
song was there too.
Silk Song was not there. I'm like, don't troll these people. No, Silk Song was not there. Do not do that. How dare you do that?
Room, man.
No way, bro. Starting some rumor. People are going to say, oh, Fidel and Roger played Silk Song. No. But, yeah, Hades 2 was just incredible. I like all the new characters were really great. I think all the cast ability where you're holding down the A button and you've got that circle where you're freezing enemies around you. Really cool.
It looks great, man.
Yeah, super
Hades
fluid.
One of those games of like, because it's a roguelike, I'm like, I want to play that when it's out and ready, you know?
Yeah. It is a good stream game, though. I will say, I streamed all of Hades 1 and I had a really good time with it.
How did you stream it up? Because you have to beat it.
I just streamed it. I don't know. It came out, what? Chat probably remembers. I know I did it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And it was right when the Switch edition came out. Because they sent me like this collector's thing with the Switch. And so I took like all these little photos of the Switch edition. And it was during, if I believe, it was like during peak COVID.
Okay.
It was during a time where it was like, because I was at the old apartment when I was playing it. Before I even moved in, and I moved here in 2021, so that must have been like what, late 2020? Yeah, I believe that sounds right. Yeah. But I streamed it and I loved it, so I'm probably gonna stream the whole game with this one too. It's also a good stream game because there's like a lot of like romance and shipping and stuff with the other characters, and lots of good memes. The action is like action packed, and it's a good stream game because basically in between each room before you go to the next room, nothing happens. Once the room is cleared, you're good.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to chat or do something after clearing a room, you can do that. And it's not like, you're not like stuck in the middle of action after action after action. So yeah, there's great. Yeah. It says Twitch is buffering on your end. Twitch is messing up. Is YouTube working okay? Let me look YouTube. YouTube should be okay. Oh yeah, YouTube's working good.
Only 1%. The chat, is everybody buffering?
Excellent connection. It might have just been that one person. I don't know. By the way, Real Envy in your chat highlighted and said, speaking of Switch 2, update on the cartridges, they did go the 3DS route. There's a little notch in the back that will prevent it from going to Switch 1. Didn't mention it before the Direct, though, which seems kind of dumb. Why? Well, because I think it's kind of dumb if you put a Switch 2 game into Switch 1.
Yeah.
That's probably why. They probably think, well, you're stupid. Why would they mention that during the Direct? Why would they mention in the Direct, I'm going to put my Switch 2 game in my Switch 1. Maybe this is going to work. When it's labeled Switch 2. Little Timmy's dumb. He's got to learn his lesson.
He does.
Little Tim, so, Carlos, speaking of Yakuza, you brought this up earlier. Yeah. Carlos, who works over at Sega, one of my friends, asked me, did you find out how the Switch 2 games taste at the Switch 2 event? I did not. Did you put a Switch 2 cartridge in your mouth?
They didn't let me.
I didn't either.
I asked.
Did you really?
I asked, and they were just like, we're not doing
Who did you ask?
It was someone.
I'm like, I got a lot of friends in Treehouse that were working that event. I wonder if I would have asked if they would.
I asked, and they're like, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're not putting Switch 2 cartridges in our mouths.
We're missing out.
I'm assuming they're going to be terrible.
Yeah. I said, well, it'd be nice if they weren't.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to eat any Switch cartridges. I think that's good. Yeah, get them out of there.
But see, my thing is like, even if a Switch cartridge like tasted good,
why would you
eat
do that? Yeah.
It's like, why would you eat it? Even if
it's gonna go out one end. I mean, it's tiny. I don't think you would die.
No, you.
But I also feel like it's just gonna pop up in your poop.
Eaten a Switch cartridge.
Well,
if you
I have no faith for humanity, bro. People actually are eating Switch cartridges.
Because if you drink water with it, you're fine. It goes down.
Don't tell people.
Do that. You should not do it.
Do not do that. Do not eat your Switch cartridges. Do not shoot them with water like a pill.
I would not let
Absolutely not. Do not do that. Do not do that. It's over. Do not do that. Absolutely not. Okay, so what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the other third-party games that were there. Hades
FF
2
wasn't there, right?
FF wasn't there,
Okay.
but FF is obviously going to be great. Looks like
wait.
it's running great already based off of it. The other third-party game I played was Cyberpunk, actually.
Oh.
Cyberpunk is actually pretty impressive on
Really?
Switch too.
I
Because
heard it's like 40 FPS.
it's 40 FPS docked,
That's fire.
which is fire. And it's locked at 40.
That's crazy.
And the game that was there, we talked to the people from CD Projekt Red that were actually at the event.
Okay.
A bunch of the developers, like a lot of the developers from a lot of these games were there.
Yeah, Capcom,
talking with all of
we
us.
knew
Capcom
the
was there.
reps, yeah.
Right. And basically the build that was at the Switch 2 event for Cyberpunk was done in 7 weeks.
Yeah, no, I heard that, which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
Which, I mean, that might be a good indication of
Yeah,
how
that it's gonna be
fast
great.
third parties are going to be able to get on Switch.
Yeah. Now, did they say if Cyberpunk is launch day?
Yes. I believe
If it's
it is
launch day, that's insane, because then that means
Isn't
that
it?
they made this game in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's
2.5
crazy.
months or something.
I could
That's
be wrong.
insane.
I thought it was launched.
But he straight up said,
is.
"Oh, it is."
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, because he said that the build that was at the demo event was 7 weeks old.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
and it ran great. Again,
That's
I'm not
insane.
like a big Cyberpunk person. I'm not somebody who likes super gory, lots of swearing kind of games. But like the gameplay of Cyberpunk is obviously really
it's
good,
great.
and this has like the whole Phantom
All the
Liberty stuff in there
updates,
as
yep.
well, all the
Yep,
updates, everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good
Cyberpunk and
stuff.
Street Fighter are launch day.
Yeah,
That's good.
Wow.
That's a big launch day.
Wow. Okay,
Damn.
so then moving on beyond Cyberpunk, let's talk about it a little bit. You were saying GameCube.
GameCube.
So GameCube NSO, we played at the demo event Mario
which did you play?
Strikers,
Okay.
F-Zero,
Okay.
Soul Calibur, and Wind Waker.
Yeah. You played
Played
all 4?
all of them and
Okay.
all the different events, because between the two events,
Yeah, I guess
the
you had to.
GameCube demo people like knew me by the second
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
The first event, they were like, oh, because there was nobody at the media
Yeah.
event that was doing GameCube.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
was playing the other games, and Philly and I are both like, I want to play Soul Calibur. Let's do it. And I wanted to test out widescreen mode. So we tested out widescreen mode in Soul Calibur and in F-Zero. It looks beautiful.
Yep.
You could do widescreen compounded with the CRT filter while
That's
it's
fire.
in 4K,
That's fire.
which is just like, bro,
Yeah.
what? It
Dude.
looks so good.
Mario Strikers is awesome.
Oh,
I was playing, I was like, this is Mario Strikers.
And yeah, exactly. That's how you're supposed to
That's
play
how
Mario
you play Mario
Strikers.
Strikers.
Waluigi with the
Yes,
hand, whatever. Yeah, right, exactly.
Knock him into the fences.
Love it. But the other thing that I really loved about the event was that Soul Calibur, of course, really cool. You've got Link.
Yeah.
But F-Zero is the one that feels like it could be a new game.
Really?
essentially. F-Zero, bro. I'm telling you, F-Zero in 4K, everything's speeding at 60 FPS, and you've got the AX characters in there. So like PJ and like Lily and these other characters you had to take however long to like unlock.
Yeah.
The build that they had there had them all unlocked immediately
fire.
with all of the courses. So what we were doing for like footage and looking is we were going to some of the late game, like the Diamond Cup stuff.
yeah.
We were doing like
Oh,
the
that's
late,
sick.
like the undulation firefield level. I think I have video of it. There's like the undulation firefield level where there's like the giant ramps and you're bouncing off of it, and there's fireballs flying everywhere. It looks so
I see.
crazy good. And that 60 FPS online,
That's over.
it's over, man. That is going to be so unbelievably good.
Dude, that's how I felt about Strikers, because Strikers is my goat.
And it's going to be awesome online.
Oh, yeah, because I was playing it
Dude.
with the Aura at the event, and it was like, there's like no input delay.
No.
It's like super good. It looked beautiful. And I can't wait to playing that online. It's going to be
Dude, it's going to be
amazing.
so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
the streams will be great.
Yeah,
too,
the
man.
NSO streams I think are going to be great. And
Because I just feel like GameCube is so much more exciting. Like, because GameCube is, I would say, of all the NSOs, besides like maybe Game Boy Advance, where like they're full games.
Yeah.
Like they're not like a thing you jump in for
No,
like
no,
a little
no,
bit
no,
and
no.
dip. Like that's a full experience in GameCube. We're getting to that point.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
and it's
N64
also,
is like that
N64
too, but
is like
to a
that
lesser
too.
extent.
The roster of games.
Yeah,
smaller.
sure.
But it's like with GameCube, it's also the thing of like we've never had Virtual Console GameCube.
We've also never, ever gotten a re-release of Coliseum or XD. The fact those two games like mean so much to me from my childhood.
Yes, no, me
Bro,
too.
I have literally the Coliseum old player's guide there, and my inbox copy of Gale of Darkness never opened. Like, I cannot wait.
Robo.
And I can stream those games now.
Yes.
Because it's like I'll be able to stream. I could stream with my Wii. I have like my original version, and I could set my Wii up and do it. But it's like, I'm not gonna do all that. No. This is I did that with Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, and it was just an abysmal experience. I got to the first 3 streams were great, and then by the 4th stream, my Elgato was chugging, and I had like the sound was desynced and everything was terrible.
That's
so
the
like,
thing. It's so much more exciting because these games aren't ones we've seen re-released 50 times. It's like all new, and it's gonna be
Path of Radiance is gonna be on there, which is like insane. A lot. I have that, but like a lot of people I know have not played that game, so that's gonna be really cool.
Do you think and we were talking about this yesterday, but they don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think this means for Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess?
I think it's not happening now.
Yeah,
I'm really
with you.
I think, in fact, Twilight Princess, after they've gone through all the GameCube games that they announced during this Direct, I think Twilight Princess is going to be like at the anniversary of when Twilight Princess came out. Like some point next year. I think they'll drop Twilight Princess on there too.
I think so.
I think they're going to drop the GameCube version of Twilight Princess on GameCube.
I just think there's no point.
Yeah.
Like, if Wind Waker HD had happened first...
Yes.
Then I would have said, like, yeah, we could get those on those.
Yes.
I think the fact that they're putting them, like, they're putting Wind Waker here.
Yeah.
Because, like, then no one's going to buy Wind Waker
Right.
HD.
Who would buy Wind Waker HD if you have
like,
expansion?
Some would. Like, the hardcores.
The hardcore of the most hardcore. That are like, oh, the
Triforce
Triforce Quest is better this time around. But it's like, the other thing with that, which I think people aren't taking into consideration, that I'm taking into consideration, is like, you are like me.
Yeah.
In the sense that we both love NSO, both love those retro games, and we are both same scummers to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
I love playing these games, save scum.
I will save scum.
Like, I will save scum my way through that single player of F-Zero GX to get every character. I'm happy to do it.
Absolutely. And it's like, Nathan, by the way, Nintendo didn't confirm that the NSO version have no... Because there was, like, some articles going on that, like, NSO doesn't affect the HD version. That's like reps. That's like Nintendo reps that are talking at the booth and just can't answer.
Yeah, they can't answer something. Where they're like, tune into Nintendo.com for more information.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think they would do that. I think it's one thing. Like, I also don't think we're going to get Thousand Year Door on there as well. I think we already had the Thousand Year Door remake. I don't think Thousand Year Door will be on there.
Yeah.
I don't think Metroid Prime 1 will be on there.
Yeah.
I think Prime Remastered. I think pretty much anything that already is... Other than the only exception, because I could see them like delisting it, is Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2. That's the only thing and it's only because of Bingo Battle.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I could think is maybe Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, they throw on there and then you get online Bingo Battle.
That'd be fire.
I do not think you're going to get any other, I don't think Prime, Thousand Year Door, Wind Waker, or Twilight Princess are going to get separate things. I think they're just going to be on there. Yeah.
Someone mentioned Prime.
Because Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are both on. Well, Twilight isn't confirmed for the server. Wind Waker is, and we played it at the event. Runs beautifully, but I feel like those two games are in a different space than like Paper Mario is, or than
what about Melee?
Melee's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
I know it's going to happen. I know in my heart of hearts.
Smash 64.
Yeah, but they're waiting.
Yeah,
they're waiting.
I
think it's like. I think they're waiting for something. I don't know what it is. I think they're waiting to have something to tide people over until the next Smash game. And they're going to be like, here's Smash 64 on N64 NSO. Even if you're on Switch 1, you can play it. Here's Melee. And I think that's going to be how they tie in the stuff with, like, we've already had this confirmed from the reps, and it's come out in other places. That, that N64 CRT filter is exclusive to Switch 2.
Yeah.
So I could see them maybe doing, like, an old school kind of trailer and releasing same day 64 and Melee. And having them both with CRT filter on Switch 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm looking here, like, Smash Melee's anniversary is the 21st November 2001.
2001, so it's 24 years old this year in November.
So next year then, 25.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, see, but I think next year is when we get the announcement of the next Smash.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
And again, in the lead up to that, you release 64 and you release Melee on there.
Yeah.
Make everybody happy. Yeah. Have it online. Yeah, but both of those are happening, no doubt about it.
Is N64 CRT and rewinding Switch 2 only?
Yes, it is.
Did they confirm that?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It is most because the rewind capability for Switch 1, you can't really do that with the N64 games.
That's funny.
Yeah, they've straight up said that. Yeah, CRT filter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, CRT filter and rewind are N64 on Switch 2.
Let's go, man.
Yeah. Let's go, Switch 2. Let's go.
Switch 2, man. Just buy one.
Just get one, bro.
I don't know what to tell you,
exactly. I know. Just get it.
I don't know.
Other GameCube NSO games you want to see? I think Star Fox Assault and Star Fox Adventures.
Yes.
Both of those got to be on there.
I need Assault specifically.
Yeah.
I know Adventures will probably happen. I think
Assault Online, dude. Have you ever seen, by the way, the Japanese box art for Star Fox Adventures?
Yes.
Let me show you this.
You have it?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah.
See, I don't think they're gonna do Monkey Ball Chat because they have those collections.
So the F-Zero artist, the one that just recently made his own game, did the artwork for the Japanese box. Look at this.
Yep.
For Star Fox Adventures. Isn't that weird? Hey, Naman came through with 10 memberships. Appreciate that. Nakam. Thank you very much. Yeah, look at that. This is the Japanese Star Fox Adventures box.
That's fire, dude.
Very, very cool.
Yep.
Love that for GameCube. So, and the nice thing, because we tested it yesterday, the PAL versions and the North American versions, just like how it is on the other systems, they're also available on Switch too.
Sick.
And the PAL version box art of Mario Strikers is like super sick.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
silver
it's like
with the Mario
silver,
kit.
yeah. Oh, that's
and
dope.
so I tested it to see if they have the box arts on there, and they sure enough
That's
they do.
dope.
So they're all on there.
That's dope, man.
Yeah. So that's
I
really
feel
cool.
like it's so hard with GameCube. You say we can't get Monkey Ball. We got Sonic on the Genesis, NSO.
I think.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a high likelihood that we're gonna get like a Sega blowout at some point. Like, you know how they've been doing these weird drops where they're themed? Where it was like the Nobunaga Ambition games and Uncharted Waters, or they did like I feel like we can get Sega, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, and like Skies of Arcadia Legends. And you drop those three, bro, that would
I would lose my shit.
People would be amazed by that.
If even Sonic Adventure
DX. Yes!
Oh my god, bro. Oh, you got 20.
Yo, hey, let's go. Naman said, let's keep it going. Let's go, Naman. We got 10 into 20. Let's go.
Roger hype
Gift members on gift members. Let's go. Nakama. Thank you, Naman. Thank you. He said, I'm showing up. He said, I wasn't here for the Switch stream. I'm here for the Switch 2 one. Let's go. Thank you. And Clax also said that Vpool, longtime member of mine, longtime viewer of mine that's never had a membership. He's been dodging them left and right. He finally got gifted a membership. So congratulations to Vpool on finally having a membership to the YouTube channel. You have a membership to my YouTube channel. I see you on my channel. That's very nice. That's very nice. I should get a membership to your YouTube channel. I don't know why I don't have one.
You should.
I'll do that. I will. Yours is also pretty cheap.
It is.
That's pretty nice. And then I can watch the member thing that we did together. You want to plug real quick? You're on YouTube, your member and stuff?
YouTube.com/GamesCage. Join.
No, but what your series that you're doing?
Listen, I do GamesCage yaps.
There we go.
Every week, I yap with somebody or alone, depending. Just yap about whatever topic every week. YouTube member, go there, GamesCage, and also if you enjoy the stream, sub to the streams.
Of course,
and
absolutely.
Sub to Rogers streams.
Sub to me on YouTube, sub to you on YouTube, sub to you on Twitch, sub to us on Twitch. Let's go.
They got 20, drop 10.
Drop them, exactly. Let's do matches.
Yeah, let's do
matches.
Match.
We should do that, actually. Let's match gift memberships with your gift subs. That would actually be fire. We should do that. What are we at for my gift subs this stream? We already got like 30 something. Somebody should match the 30 for yours.
We need 30 subs here. All right, we can go
band for band, bro. Let's go.
Chat for chat. Is my voice
fantastic? Your voice is sounding pretty rough. It's sounding pretty rough, but that's fine. All right. So we were talking about GameCube. Any other GameCube games that you think you'd like to see at some point?
See, you put Sonic Adventure in my mind now.
I feel like that's gonna happen.
Sonic Adventure 1, 2, because that's how I grew up playing those games. Hey, Super Pro, thank you for the sub.
Hey, there you go.
Toadstool Tour. See, now that you say them, I'm blank. I gotta.
Toadstool Tour. I could see them doing the Mario Golf.
Yeah.
You know what we need first? We need Mario Golf on Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
The Game Boy Advance Mario Golf RPG game is like so good. And all the other Camelot games are on there. Golden Sun 1 and 2 are both on there.
Yeah.
Why are they not?
I don't know.
They gotta put Mario Golf on there.
And
hey, let's go! Nakam! There we go! See, we're matching. We're matching. There you go. We got 35. We're matching the 35s. Let's go. There you go. We're matching. Beautiful. Violet's coming through. Welcome. Oh, Mario Baseball. Mario Baseball on GameCube has got to be. You know what I really, really want though? I don't think they're gonna do it, but I want it more than anything else.
Yeah.
I want Animal Crossing. I want the GameCube Animal Crossing game with the rude villagers, with the NES games, with the yanking the dirty clothes out of the dump, with the police officers in their little area where you got the lost and found. I want all that weird stuff. The weird ghost that pops out of the fountain. The GameCube Animal Crossing game is such a vibe in a way that I think like a lot of people who are newer Animal Crossing fans just truly don't understand. Like it is a different type of game.
They should have. One thing that I hope they would do, because they work with Bandai, is put Budokai. Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Oh,
get that cool. Bro. Sparking Zero came out, everybody loves it, but everybody wants to go back
to Budokai.
And if you gave OG Budokai,
I mean, you know the amount of people that would be so pissed if they did Budokai exclusive online Switch 2.
It'd be fire.
Bandai Namco's got a good relationship with Nintendo.
It doesn't matter if the game is rough. It's like people would just want to go back and just like
that would truly be wild.
To OG Budokai.
That would truly be wild. Also, I see Naman saying in the chat, a big reason I gift subbed is congratulations on reaching 525,000 subs. 500,000, my guy. Let's go. Quarter of the way.
You're almost
to
there.
600 now. Look at
That's
that.
my goal.
I'm already past 500,000 now. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Switch to.
Yes, sir.
We got to get you to 500,000 now over on YouTube.
I got to get to 100,000.
That's what we got to
first.
happen. I think you got to get to 100,000 on Twitch first. Is what's gonna happen because Twitch is your big thing.
Well, Twitch followers are different. You don't.
I guess that's you don't really follow on Twitch
the
same way.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you hit a sub milestone.
I did 6K.
Congratulations once again, man. I'm saying this is great.
Love that.
Fantastic.
500,000 on YouTube.
Absolutely. I know it's a great time for us. I think this is what happens with Switch 2. We're living.
If you enjoyed the content, lock in.
Of course, leave your likes. Everybody lock in across Twitch, across
the bathroom,
everything. You use the bathroom. I'm gonna read out some of these real quick. People are saying, all right. So this is last roundup before we start talking about some other games. Last roundup of stuff. We got Mario Golf and Mario Tennis. Would like to see both on the NSO, both on GameCube and on Game Boy. I think Mario Tennis is on Game Boy NSO, I believe. I believe it is already on there. I think the Game Boy Color version of that. I think Mario Golf is also on Game Boy NSO. So I actually think you are in luck, Zaboomafoo. Both of those games are already on Game Boy NSO. So congratulations. What do you think about Twin Snakes and Resident Evil 4? I think they could happen if they end up doing what they did with N64 and have a separate mature app, and I think that would be incredible. If they did a separate mature app for GameCube and we get Eternal Darkness, Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes, and Resident Evil 4 and RE1 remake, bro, I would be thrilled. I would love it. There's so many good mature rated games. We still need Conker's Bad Fur Day though on the N64 mature app. That's what I want. Please and thank you. But Eternal Darkness, that's one of those first-party GameCube games that's kind of been lost to time, never been re-released, is still technically first-party. And they did the mature app. We're talking about the mature app. How they have the mature app for N64.
They never updated it?
Do the mature... No, they updated the mature app on N64 a lot. But they were saying do the mature app for GameCube.
Oh, that'd be
Have like Eternal Darkness, Resident Evil 4. What was the other one we brought up, chat? We need those, though.
Dude, we didn't talk about the obvious Mario Party.
Oh, I don't care about the old Mario.
I do. GameCube Mario Party is where the series was.
What's the See, but one of them has
the
microphone.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Oh my God!
Mario Party 6.
I take
Mario Party 6.
That's fine. We already have the microphone.
The microphone.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes.
And then 7.
6 is the one with the sun and the moon, right?
Yes.
That's the good one.
Mario Party 7.
Oh, that's actually
had
good.
the thing where you could connect two GameCubes to do 8-player mini games. So imagine they make it so that you could do 8-player.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema right there.
It's cinema.
That is actually...
The mic speaks for itself, bro. The mic speaks for itself, you know?
I didn't even consider the microphone thing, but you're totally right.
Yep,
you know what they honestly should do? This is crazy.
Yep.
And it would be weird if they started doing exclusive games on Switch 2 for the other systems.
Yep.
Bro, Mario Paint
Yep.
from Super Nintendo and the 64DD like SimCity games and stuff, put those with mouse controls on Switch 2 for NSO. And Hey You Pikachu.
Please.
Hey You Pikachu's never gotten a re-release.
That'd be fire,
Game
man.
isn't particularly good, but Hey You Pikachu on N64 NSO would be great.
That'd be great.
64DD games, dude. I'm saying, dude. They could do like F-Zero expansion.
Yep.
They could do Mario Paint. They could do SimCity.
Yep.
64DD would be sick. And Polygon Studio. That's the one where you can make like the weird different like movies.
There's so many venues
Someone
they could
remade
do.
Steam Hams from Simpsons in Mario
Yep.
Studio. It was great. Also, Clax donated and said, I would love Beautiful Joe 1 and 2 as well. Both of those would be great. Metroid Prime 2, I think, is a lock. Because we didn't get Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Remastered. I do think we're going to get Prime 2 on NSO.
Easily.
That would be really, really cool. I don't know how they would do Donkey Konga. I mean, technically,
Donkey Kong.
couldn't they throw it on there? Because I have my bongos.
Well, no, Donkey
and
Kong
you have the GameCube attachment.
It has controller support.
Oh.
It does. It wouldn't be as like.
But it would be sick if they had it where it was like because they have the GameCube adapter that you can use with Switch.
Yep.
That'd be cool if you had the original Donkey Kong bongos, you could use the Donkey Kong bongos.
Yep, that'd be fine. I don't think that would happen, but that would be.
That would be cool.
Bro.
Jungle Beat would be amazing. Jungle Beat is like so good, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively love it. Think they would do the Fire Emblem 64DD and bring it over to NSO. I didn't even know there was a 64DD Fire Emblem.
64. Oh, I didn't
Was there one? I didn't even know that was the case.
Chat would know. They're like, there's a lot of Fire Emblem nerds.
Weird.
Did
Or
you bring
Mario
Mario
DDR. Well, none of those are happening. We're not getting.
Again, they have controller support. Like Mario DDR has, but the licensing
That would be
make
weird
that
though.
a nightmare, because they
with
have
other games and songs on there and stuff. I don't think so. Yeah. Or Custom Robo, I could see them bringing
That'd
over
be
for
awesome.
GameCube because that was technically the North American debut. And I believe Custom Robo was on the N64 Japanese one. Is it not?
So. Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah. So put the GameCube one on there. I think that would be great.
That'd be fire,
I still think Skies of Arcadia would be a really good.
That'd be sick.
That'd be a good deep cut, sort of feeding to the people who are like Soul Calibur fans and stuff like that. The people who want those good third-party games that are sort of locked back on the GameCube.
Yep.
That would be really cool. The other, the Beautiful Joe games you guys brought up. There's just so many good GameCube games. Yeah, I would love those. Donkey Kong 64 this year. What do you think?
How do people like Custom Robo compared to Chibi Robo? They're completely different.
They're completely. Well, Chibi Robo's already confirmed.
Yeah, Chibi Robo's
Chibi Robo's confirmed already. Wave Race is another one.
Wave Race
especially because we know we're already getting Luigi's Mansion. They already confirmed Luigi's Mansion, the GameCube game. So I could totally see that happening. That would be cool. DK64, I could maybe see them doing in the lead up to DK Bonanza,
they're probably gonna do that.
where they drop it on like N64 NSO or something.
Dude,
but
they could do. I mean, Four Swords Adventure.
That would be incredible.
If they figure it out.
If they somehow, some way, get Square Enix to agree and put Crystal Chronicles on there.
Because the problem is they remastered.
Yeah, but it's garbage. It's not good.
Garbage.
The remastered Crystal Chronicles is like not as good.
If that's good, then they could.
Because and there was a lot of old good Game Boy attachment stuff that was locked behind that. If they find a way to do like the link cable stuff with the Game Boy Advance games and the GameCube games, like you said, Four Swords Adventures would go so stupid hard on GameCube NSO. Would be so good. Because Four Swords is already on there. For GBA, do Four Swords Adventure. Absolutely. By the way, the game on 64DD is Fire Emblem Maiden of Darkness. It's lost media as of now and was canceled before it launched, so I don't think we would ever end up getting it. Oh, okay, so there you go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. But Skies of Arcadia, definitely re-release.
Nice.
All right. We
What
talked GameCube. We talked third party. We talked Metroid. We talked Donkey Kong. We talked predictions for like Mario. We even did that. We did Mario Kart predictions for the Direct coming out this week. And Mario Kart World. What else is there left to talk about from this event that we haven't already talked about? We talked about even the feel of the Joy-Cons. We talked about the controllers. Trying to think like what else? Is there anything else from this event? Like, chat. We're just gonna leave it up to you. Like, what do you? Thank you, by the way. Cho was saying you two are looking dazzling today. Dragon Drive.
Oh,
I do kind of want to talk about Dragon Drive actually. I like that game.
You like that game?
I think I don't like that. All we've seen of it is just that one like weird warehouse, and all the characters are in gray. But I think that is a game they are holding back a lot on.
I don't think so.
I think it's an ARMS situation. I think there's going to be like a bunch of cool maps. I think we're going to get like a beachside, like half-pipe rink thing. Because did you do any of the trick shot stuff?
I did. So my thing about the game is like, the whole point is like you drive, which it feels good. They do a thing where when you're dragging the Joy-Cons, you feel like the rubber.
The rumble of the
rubber of like the which is cool.
That's the only instance of HD rumble I noticed in any of these.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the difference between us. Is like you think there's gonna be a big blowout. I think it's too late. I think like
too late.
I think it's too late. I think in a sense of like this is what the characters look like. And I think
no. I think I'm not talking about the characters. I think there probably will be like costumes or something or ways to customize your wheelchair. I think the characters look like that. I mean the game. I think there's a lot more to the game that we're not seeing. I think there's gonna be like a trick mode where you're doing like the bunny hops and the stuff out the ramp. I think there's gonna be like obviously there's gonna be other maps.
Of course.
The game is not just gonna be what we saw, unless it's like a $20 eShop game. Which it could be, maybe.
We don't know.
But I don't think so.
We don't know. I just like. For me, this is the type of game that, like, the game is legit a workout. It is a workout. That is true. It is a workout.
Yeah, and it is. It is a little bit.
It does hurt your arms after. My thing about it is, like... No, it didn't.
No, it's like you're...
Yeah, I guess.
If that's I would say go to the gym if it's a workout game for you. That's literally what I'm saying. If you feel like it's a workout game, you got to go to the gym. All right? You don't know what a workout is. If you think Dragon Drive is a workout, bro. That's it.
My thing about it is, like, if that game was like
that's crazy.
If that game was like each of those characters was a unique character, it was colorful, it had bombastic music and everything. I feel like even though it was just a motion only game, it would be like, okay, this is like cool. But it does feel like a Unity project. You know,
it doesn't like the characters in the wheelchairs are not like ARMS characters.
Yeah, there's nothing Nintendo about the game. Like this is something like you could have told me Ubisoft was making this.
Oh, let's not go there.
No, I'm not.
I'm like, because I am a notorious Ubisoft hater.
Okay.
I do not like Ubisoft.
Exactly.
I didn't even like the second Rabbids. I liked the gameplay of the second Rabbids, but all the other Rabbids stuff, I was like, get that out of there. Especially when like, can we just say real quick, Donkey Kong Adventure in the first Mario Rabbids Kingdom battle is like 10 out of 10.
Yep.
It's so good. And the
amazing.
first Kingdom battle is awesome.
I love that game.
I love that game.
I couldn't get through the second one.
The second one, I'm like, what are you... Like, the Wiggler train thing was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And, like, the Rosalina aspect. You think I'd love... But, like, Rosalina's barely in it. She's the very end. And then they added, like, Rayman. I'm like, get that shit out of here. I don't need Rayman in my Mario game. Super weird, dude.
You hate Rayman?
I like Rayman, but I think what they did with Rayman was, like, just so superfluous and dumb.
It was scummy.
Yeah.
Not scummy, but it was crazy that they didn't have him interact with the Mario game.
In the main
Yep.
DLC that you're downloading and paying for in the game.
He doesn't interact
with Mario. And he doesn't interact with Mario at all, bro?
No,
Get out of here, man.
That was awful.
That would have been great
scummy,
if he
but it's like lame. It's
no, but
lame.
if he would have interacted with the Mario characters, or you would have had like Wario and Waluigi or something as party members or something. But instead, they're like, we're gonna give you this like rock star weird like version of the Rabbid that you're supposed to really like. Some OC. I'm like, get this out of here.
But it's like
I don't like this.
With Dragon Ball, okay, maybe not Ubisoft, but it's like it feels like a game you'd see at the Game Awards, and you would just see it's like, oh, this is a game that's coming out. There's nothing Nintendo about it.
I disagree. It feels like a Nintendo tech pro. It feels like a game builder garage type deal. It's one of these weird things that you're like, who's gonna make a wheelchair basketball game? Nintendo.
It would be
and the concept is actually genuinely really cool.
It is.
Where you're like on the wheelchairs, but then you're shooting with the ball. Like there's a lot more depth to it. I think that people don't already know about it. Like one thing is with the auto aim. Do you know this?
Yes.
With that, there's a light on the back of your wheelchair that you'll notice that like lights up. And if you're in the right area and the light is all the way out, it means like you're basically guaranteed a shot from 3-point. There's the trick meter coming off of the half pipes where you can do like your bunny hops by holding down the brakes in the wheelchair. You can do your quick turn spins. And if you're coming off the half pipe, you could do like a 360 spin and then a 360 dunk into the thing, which is super like satisfying when you pull that off. You ram into people to steal
to take the ball.
That feels really good too.
Cool.
And you feel the HD rumble in your controller when you're like slamming into the other wheelchair. It's also genuinely funny, like when you fly off of the ramp and then you crash down on the bottom,
it's been confirmed
and your little robots popping up.
Digital only. Okay.
Oh, so it might be a $30 See, in that case, that's cool.
I think so too.
I'm fine with that too. But I also feel like they're gonna flesh it out. I think there's gonna be a couple other. Like cool maps or something. I do not think it's gonna be a warehouse.
Sonic. The thing is, like, I made it sound boring because for me, I thought it was boring. It was just kind of like I tossed the ball, bumped into people. It just felt very tech demo-y to me.
Yeah. Who are you playing with?
I was random people.
Oh, because I was gonna say, I think that also makes a difference because I was also playing with random people. I was playing like random kids at the event at the LA experience. It was like a kid, his dad, me on one team, and then the other team was like two people who weren't reading the instructions.
There shouldn't be a lot of kids there.
And, well, no, that's right. It's a Switch event.
Mario Kart.
It's a Nintendo event, bro. Of course they're gonna have kids there. and then I forgot who the third person was when I played, but it was clear that like nobody knew what the heck they were doing when I was playing that first time, and I was like, oh, this isn't as fun. But at the media event, like a lot of us. We're media people actively trying to learn, and we had more time to spend with it. There was no passport where you had to like spend your time. So I spent like a good 40 minutes playing Dragon Drive at the media event.
I hope,
and it felt really good.
I hope you're right that there's like a lot more to it.
I hope so too.
Because I'd consider if it's digital only, like $20-$30.
That's a fun. I mean, you do a one-off stream playing Dragon Drive, get everybody together. It's like $20 or something.
Make me do it.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd do some cool stuff. By the way, could you please talk about welcome to... Oh, this has got to be a troll. This comes from... John, I love you, John. But, John, this has got to be a troll. John678 just said, talk about Welcome Tour. It's my most anticipated game. There's no way. John, there's no way. This has got to be a meme. Your most anticipated game is Welcome Tour? There's no way.
Welcome Tour.
That should be a pack-in, bro. We've been saying this. It should be... it's cute. I will say, admittedly, it is very cute.
It is very cute.
It's what you would expect. It is a digital manual, walking through, doing all these little mini games, learning about the HD rumble, learning about the magnets and how they work. It's cute. But it should not even be $10.
That should be part of your cons.
It is, and I say this as a Nintendo fanboy. People know me. Look, other than Star Fox Zero and other than Mario Strikers on Switch, I'm pretty much, or in Barrel Blast on Wii. That game is garbage too. But for the most part, otherwise, I love even all the weird Nintendo experiments. But this is shameful that you even have to pay for it.
It is. No,
it should be on the Switch too, like Astro's Playroom is on PS5.
We had the same reaction on stream where we were looking at it like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah, we're like, and then when they were like separate paid, all of us were like, What?
Yeah. Yeah. No. That was a weird comment. I hope we were talking about it. You know, we hope that maybe like they change it and they're like, you know what, like we'll make this.
Maybe they put it in the deluxe editions or something, or what I could maybe see them doing is like adding it to Expansion Pass Online eventually. Yeah. Because they did that with the Splatoon 2 expansion. They did that with the Breath of the Wild DLC. Yeah. They did that with Animal Crossing's expansion as well. Yeah. So I could also, another thing, while we're talking about NSO, that again was not confirmed in the Direct, has been confirmed since. If you own Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 1 and you get Switch 2, you get it for free. Yep. You get the Switch 2 editions of two of the greatest games of all time for free on launch day.
Yep.
On launch day, if you buy the base Switch with Mario Kart, right? You get the $500 whatever, the base regular bundle, $499.99, and you are a previous Switch 1 owner with Expansion Pass, day one out of the box, you're getting Mario Kart, you're getting, which is your digital version. Yep. You're getting your Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Yep. Both Switch 2 editions upgraded, and if you're Expansion Pass, you're also getting the DLC for Breath of the Wild included with that as well. Yep. You're also getting GameCube on NSO, day one, F-Zero, Soul Calibur, Wind Waker. That's like a big launch day. Good launch day. I'm seeing people say, and then like Street Fighter and stuff is going to be great on there. I'm seeing a lot of people being like, oh, this is a lame launch. I'm like, you even got Deltarune, dude. You have Deltarune's day one.
And console exclusive.
Console exclusive day one. Huge. Deltarune's there, man.
And it's like,
and Fortnite that doesn't chug and is garbage. Yep. You're going to have a regular version of Fortnite
and
day
remember,
one as well.
all the games getting free patches.
Right. All the games getting free patches day one.
So I genuinely think that launch is amazing. And again, you have to keep in mind, like, literally, you're gonna be addicted to Mario Kart for a month. Donkey Kong.
That's what I'm saying. Mario Kart. Like, I don't need anything else. I can play Mario Kart and the NSO games are content for the. I haven't even gotten through the epilogue stuff of Xenoblade X yet. That's content for a month for me. It'll be fine. And then it's like Donkey Kong. I'm there.
Blue. So, Deltarune is PC and Switch only.
Yes.
So you can't. If you have it on PlayStation, you're not getting.
Same with Hades 2.
Same with Hades 2.
Hades 2 is timed console exclusive.
Yep.
Launch only. Switch 2 and PC.
Yep.
Yeah. You know? So Switch 2 fans, we're eating, bro. We're eating,
man. We're eating.
There are some
just
good
get
games.
It, man.
I know. What are you doing? Just get it, man. What are you doing?
No more broke hours.
No. What I will say genuinely is I feel like I said to myself when they first announced Switch 2 that I said if it's above $500, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. But I honestly believed, even back then, in my old, you can go back, I'm not like revisionist history, Nintendo shilling, whatever. I promise. Go back to my old videos. I said I thought for sure it was $399. I was super confident it was $399.
So
but I was like $450 for the system, absolutely a possibility, could happen. Yeah. And that when you bundle it, it could maybe get to $500, and that's exactly what happened with Mario Kart.
Wait, with Mario Kart, is it $400 and with Mario Kart's $450, or is it
no? $450 is the Switch 2 by itself. Yeah. And then $500 is you get Mario Kart with it. Yeah. Which I feel like that's fine. $50.
Dude,
that's
no. When I was watching the Direct and they were talking about the specs. Yeah. Because I was dead, so I was like, it's gonna be $400. Yeah. And then when they were saying it does 120 FPS, I remember.
And it's got like Final Fantasy remake on there.
And I told everyone when they said the 120 FPS thing, I'm like, this is not a $400 thing. This is gonna be $450.
And it makes a difference on like Metroid Prime, because Prime has like two modes. It's got 4K mode,
4K
and it's got the
1080
120.
Which is crazy.
Bro, I'm literally only playing 1080 120. Yep. That's literally how I'm gonna play that game. It felt so smooth. Yep. The aiming, everything was like, it felt next gen. It felt like I feel like what I will say. I feel like Donkey Kong and Metroid, and the Switch 2 editions of Zelda, were the things that made me feel like this could, and Street Fighter actually, weirdly enough, felt like this could not have been possible on the Switch 1. Yeah. There's no way this could happen on the Switch 1.
You know, the Mario bundle is going to be impossible to pre-order. I disagree.
I disagree too.
They've said that most of the consoles they're probably going to have at launch are going to be the bundle.
Yeah, because I feel like the majority of people are actually probably going to go the 4. The amount of people I met who were coming up to me at the experience, being like, I'm not getting the bundle because I want physical Mario Kart. I'm like, why do you want physical? You're going to take it out of your system?
Yeah, also like Mario Kart.
That is the digital game.
It is crazy that Mario Kart is going to be $50 with the bundle.
It's $30 off with the bundle. Why would you not?
The game by itself, 80 is a lot. Sure. Like, you're buying the Switch with Mario Kart.
And the other games are $70.
$50.
It's not. Yeah. I feel like if I don't like the precedent it sets, and I wish Nintendo wasn't the one to do it.
I agree.
But I guarantee people this was going to happen with Grand Theft Auto. I guarantee people Grand Theft Auto was waiting, and now Grand Theft Auto is probably going to be like $89.99 looking real nice right now, my guy. And obviously,
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that it set the precedent.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I feel like so long as all games are not $80 and that the majority are 70.
You're saying everything I said. This is what I've told Chad. Whenever we've gotten to the conversation, it's
but
like
we're
I said,
such chills, Fidel. We're gonna buy it day one anyway.
And they are too. You know.
I think that's the thing. Our audiences, I think that's what we share among our audiences. I feel like for the most part, like we're Nintendo hardcore.
Yeah.
Day one, we're getting this thing no matter what anyway. Yeah. But I will say, I think if it would have been above 500, even with Mario Kart bundled, I would have definitely felt different. Yeah. I know it's such a weird thing, but like I really do feel like if it would have been, bro, I would have been like, what are you doing?
I'm like, that's. Now, if it was 5, I would like, whew,
my dryer's done. If you're wondering, I literally have had no. I told Fidel because we were hanging out yesterday. Yeah. I literally have had no time since I got off the plane. Yeah. I have been editing, uploading, rendering stuff, getting streams ready.
That's because you're broke, though, and you're saving for a PC. That's different.
Oh, well, you're saving for a PC.
That's not like, an active thing.
Of course.
Since there's the modern GameCube and what we exactly wanted, people acting like it's bad or blowing things out of proportion.
Also, Ricky's in chat saying, seeing the two of you is insane out into the same stream. It's great. That's why we're here.
See it. Yes, sir.
Get your screenshots. Yeah. I like that we still have the Condor from...
We do.
Conkledor. What's his name?
Conkledor.
That's what. Sweet Condors. Condor. Fort Condor is Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Then you've got Conkeldurr, which is Conkeldurr in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And now there's Conkeldurr.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think the difference between I think I'm getting $80 worth of fun compared to this game is $80 is a difference we don't talk about.
Yeah, yes. I totally, and that's kind of what Doug Bowser said.
Yeah.
I feel like where he said basically that like the games are going to be priced according to how much you're going to get out of them.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, I think when we do get Smash Brothers and Animal Crossing, they will probably be $80 games.
Yeah.
I think Smash, Animal Crossing, and Mario Kart, those three, and whenever the next mainline Zelda is.
Yeah.
Next mainline Zelda. Those are all going to be $80. Yeah. I don't think next 3D Mario will be 80. I think that'll be 70. I think that'll be 70. Because that's what Donkey Kong is. Donkey Kong Bonanza is 70.
Yep.
And that's fine. Yeah. You know? And I haven't seen a lot of people complaining about the 70. I've seen people complaining because they're seeing reports that all the games are 80 and that Mario Kart's 90 because they couldn't tell the difference between the $sign and the £sign.
Yep.
Which is like fair, quick difference if you're just like browsing
on
things. But like once the news spread and everybody was like it's $90, because then you know what people are gonna do. If the games are 90, then people are gonna go like, well, that's essentially $100. Yeah. And then they're screwed.
Then it's over.
Then it's like it's over, bro. Yeah. You know, then things are cooked. You know.
Yeah, it's like I get it. Like, and I agree with Sonico said, like a game being worth 80 versus a game being 80. It's the barrier to entry. Like $80 as a barrier to entry. Like it's a lot. Yeah. And I get that, right?
This is a really good question in your chat, though.
Yeah.
Is what I was gonna say. Someone said, "Do you think Pokemon is going to start asking for 80 though?" See, that I think is a dangerous game because I think if Legends Arceus ZA or Legends ZA, it's not Legends Arceus.
The price of ZA yet?
I think it's $79.99.
Is it? No,
because it's not a plus game. It's one of the Switch 2 editions that's not a plus. So if that game is 70, I think the other mainline games will be 70. But if that game is $79.99 and it's $80. That might be. Then you're gonna get a lot of people complaining, but I believe it's $69.99 because it's not.
It is. No, it's no. That's wait. Hold on.
Is it saying on the website yet? It doesn't have a price yet.
Oh wait.
Ricky said they better not charge $80 for that with no voice acting.
No, people are saying it's likely 60. There's
likely.
There's
Okay.
You know.
Rob Harley also donated in my chat and said, as one of those people, I will say I'm saving money and getting the bundle since the system and the game are definitely overpriced here. But I like that my physical games, and so it saves space when Mario Kart World is 23 gigs. Yeah. Right. So how many gigs are in the
Switch?
It's 256, right? So 23 is not all that bad for 256.
Yeah, no.
I feel like for me, the way I play games, are you like me and mostly digital or mostly
physical? I'm all man.
Bro, we were on the. We knew this was gonna happen. Bro. We were on the train. We were those future proofers being like, I'm getting all my things digital.
Bro.
Exactly.
Yes,
like I still get physical for specific games.
Yeah, I get it.
I like my special editions for Fire Emblem Xenoblade, but we're both digital.
Yes,
digital all the way. Hey, everyone's going, oh brother, it is what it is, bro.
Amen.
It is what it is. We're the ones sitting pretty, not worrying about our games carrying over. So I'm saying we're not gonna swap. I don't have to. If I want to play Smash, go into Mario Kart, go into Animal Crossing, I just click the button on my thing. I don't gotta switch the thing. Come on, no. Come on.
My library.
No, but what I was gonna say is I feel like for these games. Yeah. With 256, I assume like half of that day one, I'll have Mario Kart on there, and then I'll probably preload like Smash Ultimate And I'll probably put in like some of the other multiplayer games, all the NSO apps. Those will be on there too. Yeah, and then maybe Xenoblade X. Because I've been playing a lot of that. I'm like 75 hours into that game. Love it. Where you haven't even gotten your skill yet.
I have not gotten the skill yet.
Dang,
man.
You
know what it was is that I was playing it. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then when the Switch did Direct Out, I was like, damn, what if I wait for that patch?
But there's no patch for that.
There is no patch.
They haven't announced it. They might even do a Switch 2 edition. But if they do, your save files are going to carry over. It's not going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And the game runs quite well. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It chugs a couple times, but for the most part, it runs pretty well. Yeah. Best idea is basically all physical, all digital. What? What? I don't think so. Talk to me again when your games start getting removed from your digital library. They're gonna have an option for that. Yeah. I feel in my gut already. Because once the servers go off, you know what you got to do?
Yeah.
You just click airplane mode.
And they're not gonna do anything.
That's it. And then it won't matter. You just click that thing in airplane mode. You don't do the auto download for the last thing, and then you got them all on there anyway. That's it. I do that already now. We were talking about that with Aura. We were talking about like when you're playing the games on the plane with your Switch, how you activate before you're online. You put it in airplane mode with your Switch 2. I mean, not your Switch 2, with your Switch 1 NSO games. And then you can play all your NSO games on the plane. I literally do that every single time.
Hell yeah.
Literally right before you know they're going to take down the servers, you go airplane mode, you back up everything on your SD card, you're good to go. Man. Have it all saved right on the system, you're good to go. That's it. That's it. I'm not worried. Yeah. Also, one last person, Kyushu said, just got here, but what was the opinion on Donkey Kong Bonanza? The game is my most anticipated. I think both of us, I've already said multiple times, that is our potential Game of the Year contender. That's the system seller. That's the 3D Mario game. I honestly feel like I'm going to like it more than 3D Mario. I really do.
Well, you like DK more.
I love DK. I got my barrel over here, man.
I need to.
I love DK.
I need to do like a full like DK revisit. Because I've like. So good. It's one of those things of I've played the Donkey Kong Country games in my life. Yeah. But I haven't done the thing where like as an adult I've replayed them. Well, because you're
like what? You're going to turn 29.
Yeah.
So for me, like my childhood was going to my friends' houses when I didn't have a Super Nintendo and playing Donkey Kong Country at their houses.
See, my
because I was too young for Super Nintendo.
The Game Boy Advance ports.
Oh, so I never even played those.
Yeah, no.
And then I played DK64. I remember like vividly.
Never.
I mean, people know the video, right? Where I interviewed the dude that was like the host of the DK64 Hot News promo tape, and I watched that until like the thing ran out. I love DK64. So for me, like 3D Donkey Kong is what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this. There was a tweet that notoriously got out of my sphere someone did a post of a game that looked like Ken Sugimori Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I said I would give up the entire Donkey Kong franchise for one game that looks like this. And all these people were like, he hates Donkey Kong, he's a Donkey Kong hater. And I was sitting over here like, this is so funny, because literally like the Donkey Kong franchise, I literally like more than Mario. I genuinely like Donkey Kong more than Mario.
Twitter,
but I was saying I would give up this thing that I love for this other thing that I love too.
That's Twitter,
but people were like taking it out of context.
The internet, man.
But what's true is that I would give up Donkey Kong Country now that we've gotten 3 really good Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo, and we got Returns and we got Tropical Freeze. I never need another Donkey Kong Country game again.
I agree.
Give me my 3D DKs. Do something original. Bring back like Jungle Beat or something. Bring back Konga. Get all the cool Donkey Kong stuff that's not just traditional. And you know what? Bonanza has those levels that we've seen already that look like Country. Great, man. And like I said, I love the gameplay of Odyssey. But I feel like it was good for one Mario game. I want Mario to do something different. But I like the gameplay enough where I feel like if they carry it over through the future of 3D DK games, that's great. I would love that.
I love that. What did they let me see. What other games do y'all think are getting nominated for Game of the Year?
DK for sure.
DK?
I have, unless...
I think Mario Kart will be nominated, but it won't win.
I think it's going to be nominated.
But that's going to be the game that's... I think it'll just be nominated.
I don't think Game of the Year? I don't think so.
They nominated Smash for Game of the Year. I feel like Mario Kart's in that same row. That'll be like 10 out of 10 game.
I think it's going to be... I think Game of the Year if GTA comes out this year.
Yeah.
If GTA still comes out this year...
I think GTA's going to win. I just think like Mario Kart.
But I think it'll be nominees. Yeah. I think it'll be GTA. I think it'll be Donkey Kong. I think it'll be... What other big games are coming out this year? Everything's just GTA. GTA and the Switch too are like,
Doom, I guess. Maybe Doom.
Doom, maybe. Metroid has a good shot.
Prime has
Metroid's got a good shot. of being a nominee.
Oh, Ghost of Yotei.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Death Stranding 2. Oh, Monster Hunter, bro. Monster Hunter Wilds is for sure going to be on there.
You think Monster Hunter?
Hell yeah, dude. Monster Hunter Wilds is
Fiction
incredible.
Will take it over it.
Split Fiction will probably be on there too. Actually, that's a good... Honestly, Split Fiction, Monster Hunter Wilds, GTA if it does come out this year, Donkey Kong, Metroid, and like an indie game.
Yeah.
Maybe Deltarune or something.
Silksong.
Or Silksong. There you go. Boom. There's your 6.
Yeah.
We just did it. We already predicted game.
There it is.
There you go. Easy.
There's your games.
One and done. Yeah, I don't see Ghost of Yotei. I think could also sneak in there too. Maybe over like Metroid or something.
Ghost
maybe.
But now, do you think? Because chat's like been asking us that. Do you think the tariff will hit Switch 2? Like, do you think the price is going up, or you don't think so?
No, especially not at this point.
Yeah, I don't think
with
so.
all the bad blood and all the stuff that was spreading in the Mississippi, they got to take the hit. I think it's staying 450. I think it's staying 500. I do not think the tariffs are affecting it. And already a bunch of that stuff has changed, and so it's like I think we're good. I have no concerns. How much is it in Canada?
Oh god, it's ridiculous.
It's probably like a ridiculous
My day
price.
one with Mario Kart, I think it's like 700 something.
See, now that sucks.
You guys are complaining.
That sucks. Yeah. What you got to do. Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. During the Switch 2 launch, you coming down to LA. You bring Aru, you get Johnny. We have a whole big Switch 2 event. We'll have a party at my house. And then you get your Switch 2 while you're here. And then you smuggle that over the border.
I was
you get your back. Switch 2.
My dilemma is that Switch 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Next day is the Summer Games Fest conference. And the day after is Summer Games Fest.
Well, they're going to announce a bunch of Switch 2 stuff during Summer Games
But
Fest.
it's like...
But you can literally buy it when you're here then for Summer Game Fest.
That's what I'm saying. Then I would have to cover Switch. I need to get like an Airbnb that week.
Just do it here. Stream here. I'm going to be streaming.
But you're going to be streaming.
No, but chat knows. Chat knows. I'm going to be out of town. I think it's like April... Oh, no, it's not April. Excuse me. This is April now. It's June 10th, I think, or 11th. Reagan's family is taking me on a cruise. We're going on a cruise to Mexico.
When?
From the 11th to like the 17th or something. Yeah, but I'm making content out of this situation because I'm going to be the first person ever to stream Switch 2 from a cruise ship. No one else is going to have a Switch 2 on a cruise ship. I'm going to find a way, man. I'm going to find a way. But I want to play... I'm going to do a whole thing literally where it's like Switch 2 on a cruise. Okay. Where it's going to be a whole big like fun vlog video of like playing all the games on different locations of the cruise ship. Where like everybody's swimming in the pool and I'm like, no, I'm playing Mario Kart. It's going to be good. Bro. So I'm making a whole Switch 2 on a cruise like vlog video that I think is going to be really fun. Yeah.
But I was just thinking like I would still need like an Airbnb because I'd want to do like the unboxing video.
You could do the unboxing. Yeah. You could do whatever. You could bring all your camera equipment. I will be here. I'm literally not leaving. And Summer Game Fest, I'm only going one day. And I'm only going for one thing that I think you're also going for. And that's the only thing I'm going to Summer Game Fest for. So that's it. So literally, I'm not going any other day. I will be here. And half the time I'll be streaming. But the other half of the time, I mean, just record in my living room or something. Do what you got to do. Save that money. You got to save the money because you got to buy the Switch 2 anyway.
All right, fine.
Do what you got. But I will be here.
But I need a pre-order here then.
You would probably. You probably need a pre-order here. Yeah. Okay. It's tough. The pre-order situation. Is there any like update on that?
We don't have any update. As far as I know, we got no update.
Man, dude.
We got nothing, bro.
We got nothing. All right. None. Well, we've been live for 2.5 hours.
Holy shit, have
we? We've been going. It's been a long stream. We've been yapping. I want to add timestamps and everything to this. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think if you still want to keep streaming, what I might do.
Okay, we could be done.
We could be done. Good, because I'm tired, bro.
Okay,
good. We're both like, okay, good. I'm like, I'm traveling.
We're good.
I was worried, bro. Before we started the stream, Fidel was like, "Want to do a ranking of all the Switch games?" And I'm sitting there like, bro, absolutely not. I don't want to do a ranking of every Switch game. I'm like, I just did. I'm like, I would recommend people go check out my 6-hour live stream I did before Switch 2. It's all timestamped.
Okay.
And there's a segment in that, I think at hour 3, where I went through the entire library of Switch. Every single Switch game, and I put together my list of my top 25. And we went in alphabetical order every single game.
So I love to see
So that's why I was like, I don't want to do that again.
That's what I love to see, bro.
But again, we are tomorrow we will be 50 days away. How crazy is that?
So close.
50 days away from the Switch 2. I'm excited. You're excited. Thank you all so much for tuning into the stream today. Greatly appreciate it. I'm sure you all have fun.
Of course. Before we go, everybody do some Rogers subs, do some GamesCage subs.
Of course.
Right now, everybody get some subs
everybody
on both sides.
Everybody who's here.
On both sides.
Everybody who's here who's in my YouTube chat, who's not already subscribed to Fidel, I almost said to Twitches.
The Twitches.
That's how tired we are. Who isn't already subscribed to Fidel's YouTube channel, go subscribe. It's linked in the description, and it's also linked in the little, it is linked. You just click GamesCage, and it's on there. So go do that. Everyone who's watching over on Twitch, if you're not already subscribed to me over on YouTube, go subscribe to me over on YouTube. Let's push me to like 527 or something. I don't know. We're at 525. Let's go. And then keep subscribing. I want your YouTube 100K this year.
100K.
That's what I want. I want that too. Your YouTube 100K. I want to get me to 600K.
Get you to 750 at this rate.
Yeah, we'll do it. Well, 750 is going to be crazy. At this rate, it might.
At this rate, it might.
But I thought when the year started, because I just hit 400, I was like, 500,000, buddy. It's happening this year.
Time.
So now it's like 600's my next goal.
Hell yeah.
And then 1 million next year. That's the plan. That's the plan.
All
right, but thank you, everybody.
Oh,
we're getting people. What's up, Aru? How are you? You getting in your flight? Okay. I don't trust this. I don't like this. I don't like the static. I think she's gonna. I don't know if she's gonna swear or do something. I didn't like the static while we're live. I don't trust Aru like that. I don't do it. Some of the stuff she was saying about Clive when we did that Game Award. I wish you were here for that Game Award stream. That was amazing.
I know.
When it was like Aru, me, and Reagan, and we had Obi, and they announced Okami.
That was fire.
That was fire, man. All right, we're ending the stream. Thank you all, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. We'll talk to you guys later. Also, we get to check out my new end screen. Ready for this? Ready? Hold on. Where is it? Right here. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.